go over.
Are we live? Are we there?
Are we live?
Are we on the internet? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Please Don't Kill Us! The only, as far as we know, actual play tabletop role-playing game show on the internet where you, the audience, gets to decide our fates. Welcome! Big night.
Big or
night.
small night.
Very small. Too small.
Big dog, little dog.
Whatever way you want to look at it.
Everyone else was fired, and the three of us are the only ones who remain at PDKU Industries.
Are we on the screen?
That's what it says.
Okay.
So, Macy says, tiny team looking adorable.
Yeah.
We're the tiny team.
We are the tiny team.
Carson and Jack are on a big old camping trip, living their life in nature, and we are here running the studio alone.
Mm-hmm. Macy's sick. She's
Macy's
in the chat though.
sick.
I know, Macy's sick.
In
We
the
love you,
chat.
Macy.
We love you.
Big time.
And we're thrilled that the mics are working, the lights are working, the computer's working.
The internet is running.
It's chaos night, baby. The internet's
So-
running for now.
Yeah.
As far, tell
that's a
us in
great
the
knock.
chat, Macy,
Good to remember.
or anybody who's here, if something goes wrong,
Let us know.
or if we don't sound good, I'm gonna try and keep an eye on it over here.
Yeah.
Jordan's gonna do the announcements.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
those are two.
Well, do we want to go to a crossroads? Let's do the announcements
Yeah,
first.
let's do quick announcements. It's
Yeah.
everything you've heard this before. If you don't know, we do have a Patreon. Sign up to our Patreon. Your patrons, you know who you are out there. We love you. We love you so much. You make all of this possible. And join us on Discord. We have a great Discord. We're talking about crazy stuff over there. Sometimes. Right now, we're just talking about home improvement, and it's actually really interesting.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we have very interesting talks. We have talks about D&D. We have everything over there. Come over and join us.
Macy says mic's closer to mouths for Isabel and Jordan.
Mic closer to mouth.
Nice. Love it.
More podcasty.
Yeah, so that's actually what we're gonna do tonight. Is just kind of podcast.
Yeah.
Just gonna
It is
kinda
just going to
chat.
be a real time, like 3 hours in the life of Bert and Lady Vera.
Dream
Just
guest
gonna-
on my
just gonna
podcast?
talk stuff.
I don't know. One of my exes.
You're born for this.
You should have a podcast.
Wow.
I'd listen.
My energy feels crazy.
I
I
do
feel
too.
I feel a
No,
little
because
like
I'm alone. Like on this side of the whole room. Like
I feel
the room
like-
has never felt so big.
standing on a precipice.
I'm glad Macy's in the chat.
Yeah. Love you,
Because,
Macy. That
Macy,
empty.
we can't make any promises.
Yeah.
Does someone
can't.
have June's character sheet? Yeah,
Oh,
here it is.
okay, good.
Oh yeah, very good. Well, amazing. Patrons, thank you. Discord people, thank you. Thanks for being so cool. And honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, thanks for making this community what it is and for making this show what it is. Because it wouldn't exist without you. Because the whole thing of this show is that we're always incommunicado with the people on the other side of the lens. And on that note,
True that.
True that.
we have any other? Oh, I had a little announcement that's right now for the 3rd year running, there is a bundle on the internet on Itch.io called TTRPGs for Trans
what's it
Rights.
selling?
And I think we've mentioned this in the past, but it's a great organization. There is a 3rd year running where they, a bunch of different TTRPG creators, tabletop creators put their games online and they put them in a bundle where you can pay only $5 for what is right now 529 items. And all of the money goes to support trans people and LGBTQ people in right now this year it's for a particular project in West Virginia in Appalachia, and it's just a great cause. And check it out. Here, I'll put it in the link in the chat, and then also after the fact,
In the description.
I'll put it in the description so that we can always go back to it.
Yeah, Pride season's around the corner, y'all. Like,
Yeah!
now more than ever, let's give in.
We're
let's give to the
halfway
community.
through May. Love it. Only $5,
Wow, June
and you'll
is
get a
next,
bunch
huh?
of stuff, and
Yeah, June
also
is
you'll help
next.
people.
I was doing calendar math. Whenever I think of calendars, I always think of in my like elementary school classroom. They had like all the months on the year lined up on the windows, like January and like
Yeah.
everyone's birthdays, and that's kind of how I picture a year.
Yeah.
Still,
I think of a year as a circle, and winter's on top. if I'm looking at it two-dimensionally, winter is on the top, spring, summer is bottom, and then fall on the left.
Yeah, I guess winter is technically the beginning.
I see it like as a
When-
flash forward, like people ripping apart like the calendar.
You see it like Citizen Kane.
like Citizen Kane falling in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I see.
I like it. Okay, so we're gonna go to our test crossroads right now.
Yeah, you bet we are.
You bet. We're gonna go to the crossroads, and I gotta put on some cool music for this.
The
So
crossroads is up.
If it's that far,
But it's not showing up.
it's not up yet. Throughout the night tonight, every half hour, and you'll have to keep me honest on this, we're going to go to our Jordan's Hot Take cam, and Jordan is going to give us a hot take on one topic of the audience's choosing. And so for our first one, Jordan, give us a hot take on either, is it showing up?
Yeah.
The Wicked trailer or fruit-flavored desserts. You
Okay.
can vote Wicked
Oh, okay.
or vote Fruits.
There's a lot to say about both of those things.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you see the Wicker trailer?
I did see the Wicked trailer.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And I think you probably understand that once we're done with the crossroads, you can go to the Jordan's Hot Take cam.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to formulate my hot takes.
Yeah.
It's got to be spicy and it's got to make people mad. It doesn't have to make people mad.
Okay.
You don't have to
Like
do
it's like
that.
a little bit of like a controversial.
What's
It's
grinding
just
my
like,
gears, yeah.
what's your take? Like, or it could be great. It could be a positive hot take.
Okay.
I don't really know what a hot take means.
I feel like a hot take is normally like most people won't really agree with this.
Okay, gotcha.
But I think that root beer is not that good.
I think it depends on your definition of hot, where it's like it's a spicy take, or is it hot because it's something that's fresh out of the oven, and it's like the
Okay.
Wicked trailer.
What was
But it's
the-
gonna be Wicked trailer. Isabel, send us to the hot take cam.
Okay.
Ah, wicked. That's what this makes me feel like in this thing. Wicked. Ah, what a joke. Ah, trailer. Ah, okay. I think the Wicked trailer was just all right.
Whoa.
I think this has been pointed out. If they have a mother trucking train all the way to the Emerald City, why did that girl walk miles and miles and miles down a yellow brick road to get to that Emerald City if she could have gotten there on a train?
She didn't know about the train, though.
She did not know about the train, and that means that people were gaslighting her around her. That's a hot take.
Wow, you got
Dorothy-
27 seconds left.
Oh, okay. I also think that Ariana was mid, and I also was very surprised that Dr. Dillamond was just a goat. Like, he wasn't even, like, a little bit humanized. He was just a goat in, like, a hat and a little, like,
Glasses.
bow tie. Glasses on a goat. I don't know.
6 seconds left.
I don't know. It was fine. Go Cynthia Erivo. You deserve it.
Oh no, sound is very quiet on Jordan's hot take cam.
Oh, really? Can you not hear it at all?
Wow,
Oh,
I'm
did we
so
not put-
sorry that you
did
missed
we
out.
not put sound on each key?
Oh, maybe we didn't. Yeah.
Did you hear it at all?
Okay, what about Jordan now?
Yeah, let us know if you heard it at all.
Because I have to go back if I.
Oh, you gotta put 60 seconds back on the
Wait, can
clock.
you hear Jordan now?
Give us a
Ha
some words.
Ya fools.
I can hear it, but very quiet.
Still?
I don't
Fascinating.
know. But when did that happen?
Maybe when we switch to the hot take cam?
No, but when did she send I can hear it but very quiet?
Oh, just now. So go to the hot take cam.
We're on hot
the
take.
hot take cam.
Amazing.
And it looks like the black magic is bopping up and down. What happened to gameplay?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I don't think for some reason.
Did we not copy the sound into each one?
Oh no, I don't think so.
How do we do that?
I'll be honest, I didn't know that we had to do that. Is
I
it
don't-
you copy like it happened on the Switch? Says Ben.
Okay, go down.
Okay, cool.
It's only seeing the black magic is okay.
Oh, yeah.
Settings for the mixer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think this is muted. Okay,
now you can hear me?
Say something.
Ah!
Hot take cam.
Can you hear me?
Words. Give us some
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, da, da, da.
It's just the hot take game sound isn't right. Echo. No. Okay. Well
Oh,
done.
I think I should turn this one off.
Okay. We might have it. This could be it.
Long roll.
Should I say something? Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Give us some
I hate that
tests.
this is staying on for like 12 minutes.
I love it. Okay, everyone sound off.
Sound off.
Sound
How
off.
does that sound now? Perfect?
How does it sound? Good, bad, awful? Let me know. Because I can't believe I went on.
This was a great idea.
This was a great idea. We probably will have to do this.
No, you listen.
Listen, this is we are the kids. What
You
they say?
live and
No
you
echo's
learn.
still quiet.
Okay.
Alright, we'll keep it on the wide then.
Alright.
We'll keep it on the wide for the hot takes. Maybe we'll give a moment of you doing a little like a zinger kind of look at the camera, and then we'll go to wide. When you're giving a hot take.
Okay, can you hear us now? Are we all good?
Hey guys, thanks for your help.
We appreciate that.
Oh, okay. I actually think I have one more idea of what
Okay.
would
That's what we're here for.
But
We're here to
because
figure it
not
out.
even for now. Well, I guess we could figure it out in another way. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should paste it. Okay. Next time. Next time we'll get
Next
the hot
time?
take game.
Cool.
Oh.
Wait, no, you went to the thing.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Okay, well.
Okay. And with that, I think we're ready. Oh, now there's an echo in gameplay mode. Oh no! Oh my god! Hey, listen. If we thought we were gonna go straight into a perfect game without our parents here, we were fools.
Yeah.
And we're here to figure it
It's
out.
the black magic audio on, right?
I don't think so. No.
I think it's just got to be the mics. Okay, what about now?
Hello, testing. Hello, testing.
We did do a mic
testing.
test, I swear.
Yeah, we did a little mic test.
Ben says, "Hey, y'all are doing great.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you."
Thanks. Appreciate it.
What about the echo now?
Yeah, how's that echo now?
Is that echo crazy?
Wow.
Oh my god.
You're doing awesome. Thanks, Macy. Thanks, Macy.
Okay, but what about the echo?
Yeah, but what about the echo, Macy?
Yeah.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
Nothing to us.
This is our
First week without in-house IT.
IT.
Echo's still there. Oh
Okay, we'll figure it out. Why don't we go to break? Like,
Oh, yeah, it's a technical difficulties.
no, not technical. We could just go to the bum 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 bum.
Oh, do our intro and then do some troubleshooting?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, ready for the intro. Second time.
And
I
then when
teased
we
you
come
with it
back,
before.
join us for IT on the other end. Please don't kill us.
You guys.
Yeah, we have to figure this out now.
I'm so sorry if I fucked something up.
No,
Okay, so it's hard because I can't actually see it when we're on the intro. I can't be switching to the mixer is right here, and then like we need the mic aux to be going.
Yeah,
Audio, mic's up in 1, 2, 3 at 4.5, PM at 6.75. Make sure our audio mics are registering every scene except the intro.
Oh my god! They can hear us right now.
Yes! That's amazing. Hey guys.
Hey.
No one told us to hear the mic top during the intro.
This is gonna be on the internet forever. Forever.
Oh god.
That's great to know. Oh, the intro's going again. Is what you have to click
Stop.
back.
You have to turn it off.
You have to go back. You have to go back.
You know what's funny is right before this, we were like, this
We
is
were
so
like
easy.
child's play.
This is so easy.
Baby
Yeah,
stuff.
we set up so fast. We were like, oh god. I don't know what they're complaining about all the time.
Okay, so we're back and we're gonna keep testing out this audio.
Okay,
Hey, if
now-
you're just joining us, our parents are gone and
yeah,
we're having to
parents
figure
are
all
gone.
this out.
We have no IT help.
Okay, I
audio.
tried turning off the desktop audio.
Okay, testing.
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 I don't know what was on it before. It's really just Macy and Ben here, and I want to say thanks.
Big hey to Macy and
both.
Ben. Big thank you to Macy and
Oh
Ben.
lord, is it still echoing? Does someone else want to get behind here and look at it? Because I don't
That did it, said Macy.
Oh, that did it?
Wait, what did you do?
Okay, so the desktop audio.
Okay.
I think it's kind of
Oh, it is
fun.
still echoing, says Ben. Wait, Macy says echo gone. Interesting. Oh no. Wait, what did you do though? Sorry.
I turned off the desktop audio.
Now it's
Now it's
back.
back.
Oh, damn.
Oh wait, did I? Okay, I'm gonna bring that all the way down. I'm turning off the desktop audio because what should be on are our mics. Mics too. Those are the only things that should be on. Is one of these cameras a Sony? That should be off
Yes.
too, right?
Yeah.
Sony should be off as well. Was it on?
Yeah. Okay, now I wonder. Now
Let us know.
I wonder.
Now we wonder. Give us a little.
Say our daily bread and forgive
Give us today. If you could let us know in the chat.
Macy or Ben.
Macy or Ben.
Ben. Nobody else.
I think it's fun to see how the sausage is made.
No change. Oh, ben said no change. Hey, Macy. Oh my God. Yeah, this is really how the sausage gets made.
Which was happening before. I'm gonna go to a fake crossroads. Okay. I'm gonna see what it looks like here. It's mic aux is on, mic 2 is on, and Sony 3 is on. Okay. So that seemed to be working when you were doing crossroads. Okay, so mic aux is on, mic 2 is on, and Sony 3 is on, and
Okay.
everything else maybe should be off. I tried to just
Is it
copy
the same?
from how it's on the crossroads.
On the crossroads.
Yeah.
Is the cross and it was working on the crossroads? We didn't have an echo on the
I don't
crossroads?
know if we
I don't
did.
know about that.
Wow. Big thank you to IT help in the chat.
Okay, what about that?
Yeah, how about now? Just clicking buttons.
We're just clicking buttons.
I mean, anybody can get behind your cheat.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
What
Okay.
did the cheat sheet say?
Testing now. I know that's what I was reading and they could hear me during the intro. Cheat sheet just says mic's all plugged in.
I'm embarrassed.
1 to 3 at 4.5, DM at 6.75.
Yeah.
Then it is make sure audio mics are registering in every scene except intro video. Yeah, so
Yeah.
true, so true.
So true. True that. Fact.
And
They are definitely registering.
that's it. Like, that's all it's saying. Goomaster says it's echoey. Totally. It is echoey, and we appreciate your patience. If you're just joining us, Goomaster, our normal, the people who run the show and who we love very much, and who trusted us with this, they are not with us, and so, we're having a moment to just figure it
there's two things
out.
that are running right now. Mics 2 and mic/aux.
Okay.
Maybe we just try one at a time. Like,
Yeah.
But because they're all connected to the same one, right?
Right. Let's think. Okay. Or is mics 2 and mic aux two different, like, is it connecting to two different mics on here, or?
No.
Okay. So let's try one at a time. Ben says yes, try one at a time. Nice.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take out mics 2.
Okay. Take out mics 2, just mic aux.
Mic aux. Can you hear any of us?
With mic aux, just
Mic aux. Mic aux.
right now.
Mic aux.
Oh, and Sony 3 is up again. Let me take Sony 3 out.
Mic aux.
Mic aux is
Hey.
on.
My aux.
My aux.
Mic aux. Nope.
Mic aux.
Other
Oh.
one.
Okay.
Another one.
Let's try the other one.
You bet.
Mic's 2 is on.
Mics 2 is on.
Mic 2 is on.
Mic aux
is off.
Mic aux.
Mic.
You know what's crazy is that it was working before.
It was.
I know. It worked for a moment, and then my hot
And then
take
I
cam
fucked something
absolutely
up,
fucked
and
it
I'm
up.
so sorry, but I was trying.
Echo is gone.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Wait, can we make this the setting for all the setups?
Yeah.
What did
You
this
did
Ben said you did
wonderful.
wonderful.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Guys, thank
When
you
we
for
say
being
we're
patient.
not tech girls,
Yeah.
Hey.
we're not.
No, we
Never
sit back.
have we
We go
ever.
like this while everything
I
else
say
sucks.
thank
Yeah,
you
we
so
literally-
much, Jack, for setting up.
We absolutely
do it.
mess around while Jack and Carson get deep in the
Okay,
wires.
so Mike's 2 is the one that needs to be on.
Mike's 2 is
So
on
I think I'll
and
just
nothing else.
change that
When we go
when
to
I
the
get
different
to
things.
it, so I don't
Great.
have to flip through
Yeah.
everything right
Great,
now.
Yes.
great.
But for
Love
the
it.
future, we have to remember to turn the mic off for the intro video.
Yes.
We should add that to the list.
Yeah,
we should add that to the list. Mike's 2 on. Everything else off.
I need a LaCroix.
Yeah. Girl, I
need
need
to
to
plum.
Into this LaCroix. Okay.
All right.
Hey, previously in
Oh
our
my
Call of
gosh.
Cthulhu game. What's up?
Sorry, Macy said, wait, OMG, you did it. It sent me to an ad, and when I came back, it was good. You're
Oh, good.
amazing.
That's all we needed
Thanks, Mace.
was
Thanks, we
the ad
learned.
revenue.
We'll teach you. Okay.
And hey.
Oh yeah, we have a game to play.
Yeah.
Should we just play Ticket to Ride? Okay. Previously in Call of Cthulhu. Hey, I'm happy that we're here. I'm happy that you
If
guys are
something
here.
like that didn't happen at the beginning, like, it wouldn't be
That would be
right.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
it's,
It was feeling crazy that everything was
That it
going
was
so
too
well
right,
before.
Yeah.
We were
That was
shit
all
talking Jack and Carson.
Who?
And they heard us. Previously, in Call of Cthulhu, on our Orient Express journey, crossing Europe in the 1920s, trying to find all the pieces of the Sedefkar Simulacrum. Trying to find the pieces of this strange, almost ivory manifestation of a human body that has been separated into 6 parts. An ancient artifact. They've found 4 out of 6. And are currently on the hunt for the 5th. In Belgrade, capital of the kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, you reunited with Archibald Conrad, who did not seem well.
Not at all.
oh shit, where is he?
Girl.
Bert, you impressed a publisher and bookseller from Constantinople named Mr. Demir with a bit of your writing a little short story version of your travels and travails in Europe. Archibald passed out, and you discovered that he was suffering from what he described as a bug bite, and you sent him off to your hotel. June did some research on the village of Orishak, where you were hired to go to in order to purchase artifacts. June researched Orishak, learning a bit of national as well as occult history about the area. And you gathered your things from the hotel, learning that Archibald never made it to your hotel. At the train station, you had 2 messages waiting for you. First, a note from Mehmet Makriat instructing you on your approach with the doctor at the museum, someone you'd already spoken to. And second, a letter from Giorgio Gasparetti inviting Faye and Clayton to Sofia, Bulgaria for an auction of artifacts and for an early honeymoon. Faye and Clayton, all of you realizing that what this auction entails includes something that could be extremely relevant to the mystery that you are investigating in this moment. Faye and Clayton, they decided not to miss the auction, and thus the group decided to split.
Mim Sahis, they're trying to get the skin knife,
Yes.
I think.
Vera, Bert, June, and Susanna, you took a series of local trains out of the city into the Serbian countryside, running into a strange rooster along the way.
Oh yeah.
And after a late evening hike across rough rural terrain, you made it to the village of Orishak. You met Father Filipovich and the mayor, Father Filipovich,
Yeah.
and the mayor Todor Nedic,
Father Flopovich.
Yeah.
who took you into his home, the mayor, for a meal before a quote-unquote ceremony set to happen this evening in the village. From the mayor, you learned a bit about the collector that lives in the woods near the village, a person that they refer to as grandmother. And you observed a variety of small sculptures in the Nadic house, including a bone pipe whistle, which you were allowed to keep, before bells rang out, and a wagon arrived with a group of Romani people from an encampment a few miles from the village, and the ceremony began. As the elder of the Romani encampments led a young woman into the house of the mayor, you looked down the street and saw in front of the church the priest's wife, Anna, beckoning you into the church with something written on her face, whether it's distress or fear, is unknown to you. And you were led into the church, where Anna recommended that you keep a comfortable distance from the ritual. And you all prayed together with the father as well. As it comes into late evening and you step out onto the porch in front of the church, as you look down, you can see that there is this young woman emerging from the mayor's house, now wearing a skirt and cape made of leaves, all sewn tied together. This resplendent but somewhat unnerving outfit, and her arms and her legs are slathered in mud. As she comes out, and you can see that villagers are filling buckets. You've been told that this is a fertility ritual, something that is to help bring rain for the crops in the springtime, something that will help the village stay alive. And a ceremony which entails this young woman going from house to house and them pouring buckets of water on her before she receives a small gift from each house. And you can see in the distance at the town square, as lanterns are lit outside of each house, her journey beginning. A journey that you recognize will take an hour, maybe more, of going house to house to house. And she goes. Anna, the priest's wife, comes up to you with a tray of tea and offers, saying, tea? And we'll go to a crossroads here.
On it. Let me fix the mics.
Incredible.
I actually think they're the same.
How are you guys on temperature?
I'm cold.
I'm cold.
Cool. Turn it off.
Yes.
Okay. And the crossroads is, what kind of tea is it? Mint or chamomile?
I don't know about that.
Let's give us a shout out in the chat
he's
if the
doing
audio
this.
is okay.
He's doing this because he knows that we're paranoid.
Yeah, he's trying to fuck with us right now.
That's why he stopped right there.
I'm like, is there anything in mint or chamomile? I'm like, is either of them like a play on words?
Chamomillion ways to die.
Ben says it sounds
McCalley.
great. That's awesome to hear.
That's awesome.
Big
sauce.
thanks to Ben.
Thank you,
and
Ben.
Macy and Goo Master. And everyone who's here.
So I think it's gonna be mint.
Okay.
It's not sleepy time.
But do you take mint to sleepy time?
Chamomile you take to sleep.
But what about mint? What do you use that
Mint
for?
used for your digestive stomach. Great to have mint tea when you have a sour tummy.
Oh. I didn't know that. I'm not a tea person.
I'm not really either. But if my stomach hurts sometimes, I'll make myself drink mint tea.
Amazing. We can go back
done.
to the other scene, and immediately you catch the aroma. The four of you, Vera, Bert, as well as June and Susanna, standing on this porch. You catch the aroma of mint that hits your nostrils as Anna comes up and says, "Tea?
Excuse me. Is that mint tea?
That is, yes, we grow it very close to here."
That is very, very kind of you. But we're not. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I take it and just hold it.
So you take a cup.
Wrap my hands around it.
Well, I don't have a sour tummy. So there's no reason to drink mint tea now.
I find that it settles yourself as you are preparing for sleep.
How about Chablis? Do you have any Chablis there?
So you can see her face kind of go crestfallen as she says, "No, I'm sorry."
Very well, give me a glass.
She holds it out to you, and you see pretty humble-looking cups.
Has she also poured herself tea?
As she goes back, she's not carrying one herself right now, but she takes a tray and offers it to each. Macy can sound off if June takes a cup. But Susanna follows your lead and takes one as well. As she goes back around, and Father Filipovich comes out and stands with you and says, "It is a bit unpleasant to watch. As I said before, you are welcome to stay with us if you would like. We have room for you.
I think I've already done a psychology check on this guy, but Can't remember.
Go for it.
Yeah, can I try one more time?
Yeah, go for it.
On both of them, honestly. If I may.
Ooh, that's a hard success.
Hard success. Great.
Do you think it would change if it was an extreme success?
I don't know.
A normal success. I got a 70 normal success.
Normal
I think it was
success.
76. I didn't succeed on the father, but
Oh, actually.
You rolled separate for each.
rolls. No, I
roll
actually
separate
failed
for
on
each?
both.
What's that?
I was rolling separate for each.
Okay.
But,
sure,
and I
if you
failed
want.
both,
Can I
TBH.
just use my hard success for both? Or?
Yeah, I'll allow it. So for you,
Nice.
for the priest, and so what was for what?
I failed both.
You failed both. Okay, gotcha. You're not getting much of a read. It's pretty dark out here, and Anna, especially, is speaking in a sort of broken English, very understandable for being in this rural part of the kingdom. The father seems just plainly sort of pleasant to you. For you, you got a hard success, right? Hard success. The father they both seem very intent on making sure that you're comfortable. With her offering the tea, you don't detect that there's anything malevolent if you're paranoid about the tea offering. It doesn't seem like she's like pushing it on you or like trying to like make sure you're drinking or anything. There's nothing like that. She seems just being hospitable to you.
I kind of look at Bert.
Bert.
I mean, Bert looks
Incredible.
at Bira.
Verral.
Bira.
Verral.
I follow her lead and take a small sip.
very homely.
Thank you very warming. Delicious.
Of course. And with that, Anna comes out and is holding tea and sips it and looks to all of you and says, "We should not be watching."
That's fine with us.
And she opens the door and walks into the church which connects to the house.
Bert,
Yes.
do you think we should stay and watch?
I don't know. I honestly am a bit curious from an anthropological perspective, but I don't think it sounds very pleasant. No.
No, terribly not. But I feel like if we're here, there might be a clue as to something. This is
Right.
quite unusual to walk into such a strange circumstances.
Is there like a window or anything? Like, can we be in the house and also be doing a little peek?
I would say that there's not going to be a great view from the house, as the church is what faces the street and the house is sort of connected to the back, and the church has stained glass windows.
If you would like to watch, Lady Vera, I will go as well.
As Susanna kind of goes over to June, and they talk for a moment just quietly with each other. And Susanna looks up and says, "I think that I'm at least feeling a little like I want to go to sleep." And maybe June will join me. Are we sleeping here, do you think?
It seems like it might be a nicer quarters than the mayor's home. I don't really. I would do it, but I don't really want to sleep under the bed there. So
No, I think we should stay here.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll go and make sure that we have a setup in there, and we can get some rest. This is a strange night.
yes.
As she gives you both a nod and goes in. So with June following her, going into the church and going back into the house, leaving the two of you out on the porch.
Take a sip of my tea.
I kind of just watch the proceedings a little bit.
Are we where are we exactly right now? I'm sorry.
You are out on the front sort of steps of the church.
Yeah.
So you are down the road from the town center.
Yeah.
So you can see in the distance more lantern glow from the town center where there are more cottages that kind of open up onto the town square. And you can see this young woman coming out, led by hands by this older Romani woman, and going from door to door. And as they get to each door, they knock, the door opens, and they enter into the house.
Maybe you should just stay here, and you have your glasses, right?
Yes.
I know we're not at the opera, but perhaps it could, we could see something.
Maybe what's going on inside. Is there a house?
If I put on my opera glasses, will I be able to kind of see inside one of these?
Yes, I would say you wait for a moment, for several minutes, waiting for there to be this one house that you can see the side of, and you can see a warm light from the side window. So you can see the group go from house. Several minutes pass, they leave, and with each one, you can see that they're carrying small parcels and different things as they go to another house, and then finally go to this house that you're able to see into a sort of humble living space, and putting on your opera glasses to get a good view in there. As you look in, you see this young woman who is already, her hair is just matted, wet, dark with being drenched as the leaves now carry the sort of shine of water reflecting on it as they enter into the space you see through the window. And you can see as an older couple reaches up, both of them with their hands on a wooden bucket, reaching up and tipping over until it comes cascading down onto her, and you see her body visibly racked with shivers as the water goes down onto her. She is shivering, and then you can see a young man come out with a small wrapped parcel wrapped in brown paper and hand it to the group before they walk out of the door and keep going door to door. And this continues in a like manner for 10 minutes, 20 minutes,
I don't know
minutes.
if there's much more to see.
No, this is quite horrid for the woman. Let's go inside and get a good night's sleep.
I think you're right. I'm actually rather enjoying this mint tea.
It is quite good, actually. They brew a good cup of tea here.
It's not bad.
Yes. I must ask her for the tea bag, unless she brews it. She makes it herself.
They say she said they grew it themselves. So perhaps we
Oh.
could just take some mint leaves or something.
We should ask first.
The tea leaves, right? As we think we're talking and kind of pittering back inside.
As you go and sort of make your way quietly through the hallways, you can see that the priest and his wife are sort of tidying things up, and they give smiles to you, and you can see lantern light from a room down the hall. As you go in, you see guest quarters, these being more spacious than the ones at the mayor's house. There's a full bed where you can see that June and Susanna are already in it, and to the side of that on the floor set up is what looks like a well-constructed like full-sized cot with bedding, with sheets and bedding and pillows on it.
I suppose they just wanted to, maybe they just wanted to get choice of the beds. Do they look like they're sleeping?
June looks like she's sleeping as Susanna kind of turns and looks and says, "I'm so sorry, June just got into the bed. Is this okay?"
Well,
Oh, interesting. Wait. I kind of scoot in and kind of try to finagle my way into the
just like push June off the other side.
Into the bed.
Like, if I'm in the middle of them, I don't care. I just want to get into a bed.
Incredible. Go ahead and make, what kind of checks is this gonna be?
June tries to resist.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
That's terrible.
Oh no!
It was 95.
Oh No.
As a
And I don't want to
95
push it.
Yeah, not worth it. The bed's gonna break.
As you
Yeah.
start just kind of trying to quietly get
I
in
break
there
up their
a little
romance.
bit, there is a heavy creaking of the bed frame as you feel June sort of roll over, and your head just goes right up into her butt.
Weird.
There, you can, it looks like it's very comfortable pallet. I know it's not what you're used to, but
But where are you going to sleep?
well, I can sleep, on the floor.
You wouldn't mind.
I have them, and I kind of take out of my bag, like, I take my coat, and then I take, like, June's coat. I kind of just gather some coats and say, I can make a sort of, like, a makeshift pallet. of
Wait,
some sort.
excuse me. I'm gonna go out and try to find the wife.
Yeah. Yeah, you go out, and she's still sort of cleaning up in the kitchen.
Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to have another blanket and a pillow, would you?
We will, yes, give me one moment. As she goes and you watch her leave the kitchen and you see her enter into their bedroom. And she's gone for a moment and then she comes out with a thick quilt.
Thank you.
Of course.
Did she take that off her bed?
I know. I was about to be like, oh, I don't care. But here.
Oh, thank you, Lady Vera. That was, I would have been fine, but much appreciated.
I can't have you dying of a cold, can I now?
No, I suppose not. Thank you.
Now, tickety-boo.
Chickadee-boo,
Let's go
to bed.
As you tickety boom, of you extinguishing the lamps in here. Occasionally you can hear in the distance some distant sort of muffled sounds from the town square as you go to sleep. And then we're gonna go to a crossroads.
Oh, my lord.
The crossroads is, do they sleep well or do they hear something? Vote sleep or vote hear.
That's a great question. It's a great question.
That is a great question. Whoa.
Just like an episode like this where you know something spooky and bad's gonna happen, you're just waiting for it to happen. It's right around the corner. There's no way we don't meet a witch or something here.
No, there's a wicked woman in the woods. Right?
But where is the real wickedness? We know
That's
there's an
true.
old woman in the woods, but old women aren't always witches.
That's true. I just called her a witch.
Although society would have us believe so. No, there's grandmother is what they call her.
Grandmother.
I mean, it is giving
It is giving away.
creepy.
Okay, it's looking like it's gonna be they hear something.
Wait.
Of course.
Macy, don't you want to sleep? Like, if June sleeps, she regains a hit point. I don't understand why you're voting against us.
As you let sleep take you. You don't know how much time has passed, but I am going to have the two of you both make listen rolls, and you can roll with a bonus die because you drank mint tea and not chamomile.
Oh, so we're not two sleepies. I'm gonna use Macy's dice.
Okay.
Listen.
I get it. Regular
Listen to the song.
Regular success?
in your heart.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, I succeeded.
Regular success?
Would it make a difference?
You're being shady today, Eric.
Like, so shady. Okay, I'm gonna spend a few luck. It's a hard success.
Okay. It's dark in this room. There's a window looking out into just a small field to the side of this house, and only darkness out there as the two of you in your dreams both hear conversing. This sort of voices speaking to each other. And it's that moment at the edge of sleep where you both kind of blink open and realize what had leaked into your dreams is something that you are now hearing in this waking state. You hear muffled voices coming from out the door and somewhere in the house, speaking to each other. And the hard success. You pick out 3 distinct voices.
Yes. I hear it. I kind of like scoot closer to the door and put my ear.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Putting your ears up. It's in some language. It's not English. It's not a language that you seem to know. Can't really discern exactly what language it is.
Does it sound like...
Wait, what are the 3 distinct voices? Oh, you were not going to tell me. You're just going to tell me there are 3 voices.
I'm going to try to get closer to the sounds.
Great. Going out the door?
I very sneak, like, kind of creak open the door and
Yeah.
I, like, motion to Lady Vera.
I'm going to pull out my opera glasses.
Great. As you come out, coming out of the door, opening the door, go ahead and make stealth checks.
This is something we're really good at. We're not the sneaky ones.
No.
Oh, but okay. That is...
Macy's good.
But she didn't wake up, did she?
No, I guess we could wake her up.
We have to start doing... I got a hard success, though.
Oh, nice!
Success on the stealth.
I'm rolling really well. Last week I rolled absolute ass, so...
I'm rolling kind of badly right now.
What'd you get for stealth?
Oh, I'm rolling stealth too.
If you're both getting closer.
I fail.
Fail. Okay.
But I wasn't actually trying to go out the door. Like, my plan was to open the door. I said creak open the door and have Lady Vera look in her opera glasses and see if she could see anything.
Gotcha. I would say the stealth check matters for how you're opening the door.
Okay.
As you click it, and you go as softly as possible. As you get out your opera glasses and you creak open the door, the voices stop.
I just stay really still.
I take my opera glasses and put them away.
Kind of just step back into the room.
Stepping back into the darkness of this room. It's deathly quiet. You don't hear anything else.
Do you sleep in your clothes? Are you wearing like a nightgown?
I think I'm probably wearing a nightgown, yeah.
Yeah, just trying to get a mental picture.
Should I pretend that I have insomnia and just should walk around?
Oh, yes, you could pretend you're like a sleepwalker.
Exactly. In a game like this is not the place to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Should I just try it?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. Or we could try and do some sort of stealth mission. Send June out, perhaps. She's very sneaky.
No, she's asleep. Let me try.
All right. You know, if you get yourself into a spot of trouble, not saying that they have anything against us, but we've just been in a lot of spots of trouble. Perhaps you scream out something like
Marzipan.
Marzipan, exactly, marzipan. And I'll be listening.
Okay.
I take out my gun and just kind of have it.
Beyond the...
Do you have your,
Oh, it's always in the package.
Right, and we have that, and I kind of keep my eyes on the oboe case.
I'm gonna kind of stumble out.
Or oboe base, whatever it is.
And I'm just gonna kind of mumble under my breath. My eyes are gonna kind of blink back and forth. It's salamander or something. Charlie.
As you are doing this, sort of muttering these words, eyes rolling back as you kind of plod down the hall and turn around the corner, you see in the kitchen just a little candle lit, and a woman with her back turned towards you, sitting at the table. And you see Anna, the priest's wife, just stirring a cup of tea and bringing it up to her lips before she turns around and looks at you.
Something.
Lady Vera? Go ahead and make a persuade check.
Perform? Is there that? No.
No, it didn't.
No.
Yikes. Should I push it?
You could
No.
pretend to come too. I don't know. Well, I'm
Yeah.
not there.
It's a fail.
Okay. As she looks up at you holding this cup of tea, she says, Lady Vera, are you okay?
I'm so sorry. This has happened before. Once I've had some tea. I normally don't have tea before bed,
Oh.
so...
I apologize.
No, it's not your fault. I loved the tea, actually. We'd love to take some back home.
Yes, I will pack you some.
Apologies, this is quite embarrassing.
No, not embarrassing.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
Yes. Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
She goes back and sips her tea. So you go back to the bedroom. Going back to your bedroom. The two of you now shut the door and return to your beddings for the night.
June's gonna sneak out.
Okay.
I kind of wake. She's woken up at this point. I think with me kind of pacing around, and she's such high stealth. I'm like, girl, get out there.
Sure.
She's gonna go and just kind of start creeping around the hallways, listening for something. Just seeing, kind of just ducking behind corners, and then she's gonna say she's looking for the bathroom. If she's whatever, it's fine.
Great. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
These are hard to read. A 3. A 3. A 3. An extreme success.
An extreme success. She goes around, stealthing around. There's not too much to find. Looking around in this house, even with the softest of feet going around, she can hear sort of the snoring coming from the main bedroom, and peeking around the corner, unseen, looking into the kitchen. June sees Anna just lost in thought, sitting with her tea. Anna does not notice June.
June walks into the kitchen. She says, sorry, I was just looking for a glass of water or something.
Well, of course, I can go and I have a little bit. It is a bit warm from boiling, but is that all right?
No, it's all right. I'm fine. It's no
Are
trouble.
you sure?
I'm sure.
It is not a problem.
You all right?
Yes. I have trouble sleeping times.
Can I have June make a psych test? Good night, Laura.
Good night, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
She says, try not to get killed by the village. What is it? Like the heart hides it. The village something. I think
The
maybe
village
cult.
cult.
Can June do a psychology check? See
Yeah,
if, like,
go for it.
she's holding anything back. She's not good at that. Wait, June rolling amazing. Wow, okay. She rolled a 14. And psychology's 11. Should I use 3 of her luck points? Yeah, I think so.
Sorry. Macy, it's for a good
I
cause.
think she would. Okay. She succeeds.
On psychology? She seems like she's being careful about something.
Macy, feel free to chime in if there's anything you else want to do. You else want to do.
Anything?
Okay. June says, she kind of sits down at the table, and she says, I have a hard time sleeping too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of thoughts going on. You know, it's our job is very difficult. So there's a lot, you know, swimming around the brain at night.
Very smart.
How do you like living here?
These people not very smart.
Right. You know, you mean the sort of the rituals and all that?
Yes, all that.
You know, if you want to talk about it, you don't have to, but I get the sense something's on your mind. I'm a good listener. And I'm not a snitch. Turning June into like
you can make a persuade or a charm.
How's her persuade and her charm?
15, persuade 10.
Oh yeah.
She's not a charmer.
She's not a charmer. That I know.
Fuck. She fails.
Anna looks at June, says, "It is all right."
All right. And then I kind of lean in and put my hand on top of her hand.
Uh-huh.
And can I make a gaydar check?
Go for it.
That's high. I'm like looking at her stats and being
You're looking at the high stats.
You're gonna. This is good. I could just foresee this being kind of messy.
Yeah, that's a success.
A success.
Like, am I getting any sort of vibe from her? Like, is she gay?
You get a vibe that there is something, like, maybe not completely fulfilled by being a priest's wife. You don't get the sense that she is
Into me.
into June.
June just like pulls her hand back and she says, "Well, sorry to bother you."
It's not a bother.
No, yeah, I know there's a lot. You know, being a priest's wife is it's got to be hard work.
Some days.
Yeah, different sort of life, I imagine.
A bit. But it is, it will be okay.
What will be okay?
Our lives will be all right. I should rest.
Right.
And she sort of pats your hand. Says, "Good night.
Good night.
Please, if you want water."
Thank you.
She smiles and turns and heads into the main bedroom. Closes the door behind her.
No one else is awake.
You know, June would know that Vera and Bert are awake.
Yeah, but like sneaking around the house, like the voices. No. Damn. We got nothing from that woman.
We got nothing. I think we.
All right, I'll go back to bed.
Okay,
Could
go
you
back
open
to
this
bed.
for me on the table?
As you
It's like on the table.
sleep, you sleep and you sleep.
And we gain points of health back, right?
Yeah, can do. I think we've just been doing like 1 hit point per night. As sleep finds you, you get rest for the rest of the night until morning comes. Sun peeking over the horizon in through the window, and smell of coffee and tea and some breakfast food items coming from the kitchen, like sausage.
Just sausage?
Yep. Homemade sausage. Homemade sausage.
I mean, Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I like sausage.
and cabbage.
Homemade sausage.
I like
A little freaky.
I like cabbage.
I like cabbage. Those aromas drifting in. Get up, and two of you getting up, having any breakfast items you wish. Eventually, Susanna comes out and joins you and says,
You cross another day off the calendar. Carson was doing that.
"Oh, good call." Susanna comes out to the two of you and says, "June's not feeling great. She seems like she's running a bit of a fever. I think she's just gonna stay in bed. I think that she needs some rest.
Will you take care of her?
I can take care of her. Are you gonna be okay?"
I don't know. Susanna's. Right. I suppose we shouldn't leave June alone.
That's true. Oh, this can go either way.
I know. I don't know, Susanna. You are very, you're very resourceful, and we like having you along with us.
Yeah, why don't we leave it up to you?
But yes, but we absolutely understand if you think that it's perhaps better to stay with June.
Great.
We're going to go to a crossroads.
We're gonna go to a crossroads.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Should she stay or should she go?
What does Susanna do? Should you save?
I think I accidentally moved that border. Oops.
All right. We're gonna go.
Oh,
to
Jordan
this
definitely needs to do
crossroads.
another hot take.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is actually time. In fact,
Crossroads first?
yeah, we'll do crossroads first. This crossroads is what does Susanna do?
Does
Make
she
sure
stay or
June
does
is
she go?
safe. Make sure June is safe. Vote June. Goes with Vera and Bert. Vote goes.
I'm so glad we got the audio thing figured out.
Yeah. Wow. That was.
So
We had to figure that out. We couldn't just be echoing all
No.
episode. What's your hot take on the
How's
Wicked
this weird?
trailer?
my hot take on the Wicked trailer. I thought it was pretty beautiful. I was pretty moved by it.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Is it a little too glossy?" But then I was like, "Oz is glossy.
That's wicked. Yeah.
It's Technicolor."
Yeah. I was honestly a little more moved by the behind the scenes video.
Yeah.
Where Cynthia Erivo was so emotional.
I think I was like, "Oh, there's a lot of like potential here." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like a big world, and it felt
Definitely.
very exciting to like imagine Oz as like a really big and like intricate
Yeah.
world.
Right. It's gonna be very immersive.
Yeah.
With that,
June.
unanimously, Susanna's staying with
Everyone's
June.
saying that girl's gotta stay.
She's staying with June, and as Susanna says, honestly, I think I would prefer to make sure that June is okay. I think that would make me. It would be distressful to be away from her and to
Certainly.
leave her here.
Absolutely, of course.
As she says that to you, as that
It's
decision is made, we're gonna go to the hot take cam for Jordan to give us a hot take while I go and use the restroom for a moment.
A hot take on what?
A hot take. Oh, it's a crossroads. We're going to a crossroads for this. So the crossroads on this one is going to be.
Should we go back to Crossroads?
Jordan, give us another hot take. Eastern European alcohol, vote alcohol, or spicy food, vote spicy. And if you don't mind, I am going to go.
Yeah, go pee. Go piss, girl.
We can fix the audio on the hot take.
It doesn't look like the votes are coming. Oh, no, they are. Now they are.
Wait, can I try to go down the elevator?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's hold on.
That is pretty good.
It's not great.
It's not great. But, like, it's a good try.
How about this one?
That's better. Smoother.
I can't really go all the way down though, because you know.
Yeah, no, totally. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be Eastern European alcohol. Are you ready? Well, don't get.
Let's wait 1 second.
I'm gonna switch to the hot takes cam and fix the mics while you think about it.
This is a test. Test. Can you hear me?
This is a test on a hot take cam, because last time we went to the hot take cam, if you were with us, it didn't go well. How does Jordan sound on the hot take
Am
cam?
I too quiet? Is it too echoey?
Girls?
Ladies, sound off in the chat.
I think there's a little bit of a delay, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because usually. And you hear him still quiet compared to other view. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up. Okay, I feel like it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we wait for him?
For Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or should we not even give him the pleasure?
Maybe go back to you can repeat a little bit for the girls now that you're.
Oh yeah. If you didn't catch my last hot take, it was about Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's here now. But I just will say my only big thing was that Dr. Dillerman should not have been just a goat.
Yeah.
He should have been a little more human-y.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Eric like kind of gasped when Dr. Dillman showed up. He was
Yeah.
like,
That was crazy.
I was shocked.
That was crazy.
I did not expect that. Okay.
if you turned something up, there was no change. I did turn something up. I mean, is he still feeling super quiet to you guys? Wait, is Mike Ox the one that was on?
No, Mike's too.
It was Mike's. It was Mike's
Mike's
too.
two that
We
was supposed to be.
we want Mike's 2 to be on and everything else off.
Okay, hold on. I had Mike Ox on. Okay, I have to copy it from my crossroads.
Wait, what's it gonna be? What's your? Did you give your hot take?
No, not yet. We were just trying to fix the mic on it.
Oh, nice. Very good.
It's gonna be on Eastern European.
Do you have a hot take on that?
I do actually.
Okay, nice. Good. I was hoping.
Wait, which one did you say it was?
Mike's 2 we want on,
Okay, Mike's 2.
and everything else
I'm
off.
copying because it's not showing up.
I'm going back to hot takes.
I'm seeing us on the crossroads, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Epic arena announcers. That might not be bad.
Epic arena announcers.
Echo.
Is it echoing? Should we just?
Yeah, give some
Should we just-
words.
should we
Give
just
some
go?
words as we go.
Oh, here it is.
Source.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
perfect.
Okay, I think that it might be working now.
Oh, no more echo, says Mackenzie.
No more echo?
Wait, it's back. Says
Wait,
Mackenzie.
we have two on, Mike Ox and.
Okay.
So-
Mike Ox off.
Mike 2 is on.
Mike's 2 on,
Okay.
everything else off.
If something, just Mike's 2 is now on, we hope.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're hoping that this is it.
Succeed.
Let us know if this is working or if it still sounds like an epic arena announcer.
Epic. Actually, that's kind of fun though.
I know. For
No
the
echo.
hot takes, it's kind of
Okay.
fun. No echo. Let's go. All right, Jordan, it's time for Jordan's hot takes number 2. Jordan's hot take number 2.
Jordan's hot takes.
The Killers
Jordan's
have
hot
decided
takes.
that it's going to be not hot, spicy food, but rather Eastern European alcohol. Jordan, 60 seconds on the clock. Give us your hot take.
Okay, there's 2 different types of alcohol that have the same name, rakı, which is Turkish, and rakia. Rakia is found in like Macedonia and Albania, and it is vile, nasty, gross, stupid, bad. But rakı, which doesn't sound like it's my drink of choice, but it has become my drink of choice if it's at all possible. It is like a anisey licorice drink that
30
I
seconds.
cannot get enough of. It is better than Ouzo. Don't even. I don't know what chokehold it has on me, but if
Wow.
it's offered, I'm going to have it. We were at
15 seconds.
we had Turkish rakı in Macedonia, which is already a clusterfuck, and I was downing that like it was water.
5 seconds.
It was delicious. Everybody go buy a rakı.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for that hot take.
job.
Thank you for that hot take.
This is rakı.
Back to gameplay?
Incredible. And with that,
Wait, where's
Oh my god. The camera
knocked the
moved, Eric.
camera.
You knocked it.
the camera so far away?
whoa. Are we in?
Yeah, that's better.
Does it look good?
Turn a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Amazing.
Hilarious.
Macy says, what's it called? How do you spell it?
Well,
Do you know how to spell it?
You don't spell it, you drink it.
well, in this it's R-A-K-I,
Okay, gotcha.
but
gotcha.
the I is a.
I see.
It's in
Wow.
the.
Incredible. With that,
I just now realized there's only 2 of you. Yeah, Mackenzie, we're flying solo.
oh baby, we're
Our
flying
parents
trio.
are gone. Macy's sick.
I'm flying solo.
It's just.
We're learning a
it's-
lot.
It's
We're
we call
learning a
ourselves
lot.
the tiny team,
Yeah, it's a tiny
and
team.
we're learning and growing. We genuinely are gonna do better next time.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're doing great. I think that we'll just put a time code in the comments that says skip ahead 45 minutes because it's absolute chaos.
I don't even know because I don't have my phone. What time is it?
It's 8:17 right now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we've only just
Super
gone to
sick.
bed.
Right.
Some
We
things
had
are
the tea.
happening. Just some.
Yeah.
We heard some people talking. We're
As
building tension.
Susanna tells you that she would rather stay with June and just make sure that she's okay, keep an eye on her, make sure she's safe here in the village. She says that to you. She leaves you in the kitchen. The priest and Anna, they've gone out to do business outside. They're not in the house as the 2 of you are left alone in the kitchen to make plans for the day, to do whatever you wish. It is now sunrise. It's early.
We should go see about the horses. You know, the carriage. They said we could borrow a carriage, right, to go see grandmother about the goods.
Is the grandmother we're going to see for the goods, or is it?
Yeah, she's the one who like has all the weird occult stuff that we're
Right, that
we're
we're
going to
bringing back.
appraise.
Grandmother is what they call just the collector who lives in the woods.
So that's our connect to go back to the museum. I just want to make sure.
That's what the museum sent you to find the collector who lives near this village.
Right.
So
And
that
then they said
sounds
to
good.
us like,
They can send us horses.
yeah,
Was it the mayor or was it?
it was the mayor, but I think he was just like, you can go to the stables or
Yeah.
well, we'll just ask.
Yeah, let's go to the stables. Let's go.
Yeah, if we see in the morning, do we see Anna around?
Going out, you can see that Anna is sort of going back and forth. She seems to be, collecting water from the well, going and hanging up clothing on clotheslines, different things. As you catch her attention, she smiles, comes over to you.
We were told, if it's all right.
good
if it's not
morning,
too
by the
much of
way.
Yes, so sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
We had a good sleep. Oh, did you have a good sleep?
Yes, good.
Good. So sorry. We're in a bit of, June is a bit under the weather. She's feeling ill. So I don't know if you have any sort of, ginger tea, I was told is very good, and we could procure some ginger.
I will, yes, for stomach.
For just, overall health, cold, sort of ginger and lemon.
I can help with that, yes.
I mean, yes. Thank you. Well, the other thing is that Lady Vera and I, we were going to go, just complete our job with the appraisal, and we're hoping to go to visit grandmother, as she's called.
Yes, this is
and
the collector. In the
Yes,
woods,
we were told that we could, use a carriage.
Oh, perhaps I can lead you to the stables, and we can see if there is a horse or 2 that is available, and someone can
Yes, you ride, right?
drive you.
Yes, I do.
I would like to.
But can you?
I can learn. I have 5%. But I'm very good with animals. I'm like very good with the natural world.
Okay.
So I think I can like get a horse to like me, and maybe I'll get better at it.
Okay. Let's try that. Anna, take us to the stables, please.
Great. As she leads you around in this chill winter morning air,
Lady
still
Vera Burt
sort of
adventure.
the sort of edge of the sky, still nighttime-ish, as the sun is just beginning to cut through, and there's clouds across the sky. Anna leads you back around to some sort of frostbitten fields where there are stables, and brings you to a woman, seems to be in her late 20s. She says some words to her in Serbo-Croatian, and turns back to you and says, "This Natalia."
Natalia.
Is
Can I roll to see if she's hot to me?
Go ahead and roll a d10.
Bert's, you know,
Bert
He's
C10.
trying to figure out what he's into.
Totally.
An 8.
An 8.
Wow.
She does. You look twice at her as she's sort of like tall, broad-shouldered. She carry like a rifle on her back, sort of slung over her back as she comes up and just gives a light bow to each of you and says, "You are wanting." Anna told me that you are wanting a ride somewhere.
Yes, well, we're going to see the grandmother who lives in the woods.
On horses.
Yes, on horses.
What business do you have?
But
We're seeing the horses.
no, we are seeing the horses now, but we are.
Yes. So sorry, terribly. So
I am confused. You are here to see my horses?
No, okay, listen. We are going to appraise some of the items that the grandmother has. We work for the museum.
I see. Yes, you are going to see the collector. I have a bit of time. I can put you in my wagon.
Bert, how does that sound?
sounds lovely.
Okay.
Bert, do you want to look at the horses or something? Something feels like you want
I
to...
cannot give you my horses.
Oh, no, we don't want the horses. We just want... He has a
I do like horses.
strange, childish inclination to like horses.
I like your shirt.
Oh,
If you would like to ride the horse, you may ride with me in the front of the wagon.
Oh, all right.
yes. Why don't you get accustomed? I've ridden for many years.
You know,
so-
I've never ridden a horse. If you could help me, I don't have much to offer, but I could. I don't know if you like books.
I don't think that I would be able to read what books you have.
Right. But your English is very, very good.
Thank you. Are you leaving now?
well, yes, if it's possible.
Of course, come with me. As she leads you around to the front of the stable.
I don't know what came over me. I'm sorry. I thought that she looked nice, and I got overwhelmed.
Well, show her your best side, Bert. Don't flip-flap all over the place, right, like you are now. You're flopping like a flounder.
As you can hear this hit of this sort of swinging door open, and a single horse wagon as she sort of lugs it out and places it in front of the stable. As she goes into the stable and comes out riding a saddled horse, this beautiful, very well taken care of black horse that she rides out and kind of trots up in front of the wagon. She sort of quickly hops off, ties it, and attaches to the wagon. She pitches some hay into the wagon. And she says, "You will sit in here."
Yes. Okay, well, please, or will you? Wouldn't hurt, but okay.
She goes over to you and grabs you by the waist, and hoists you up into the wagon, and steps up
Lord.
onto the horse and says,
Heavens.
reaches a hand down and says, "You want to ride with me?"
Yes, please. Yes.
She yanks you up onto the front of her as you land in front of her, her back, or your back to her as she kind of wraps her arms
Bert's
around.
realizing
I know, I'm kind of
works for
envisioning
him.
her as like WWE wrestler China. Just
Yeah.
like a very strong woman.
No,
Very
I was
specific.
kind of,
Like,
she was
very-
kind of giving me like Brienne of Tarth, like
Yeah, it's very similar. Like, same
you
vibe.
know,
Like
vibey.
tall, very strong.
Yeah, no
very
nonsense.
like no nonsense, but kind of hot.
Yeah.
As she grabs part of the saddle and takes your hand, says, "You put this hand here," and grabs the harness and says, "Hold on here." And
Eric's never really ridden a horse. I'm like, what are you
this is
saying?
a fantasy horse.
What harness?
You grab the harness and you put your hand on the horn of the saddle.
Oh.
You stand up and she leads you through all of this. Bert learning for the first time all these different sort of ways.
Can I improve my riding check?
Go ahead and make a riding check.
But can I improve it? Because that's a 5. There's no way, but she's teaching me to ride.
She is teaching you to ride.
It's not just like I'm trying to ride and I'm kind of good at it. Do you know what I mean?
I'll say, as you guys head out and depart the village of Orishak,
For some
she
reason, like
continues
sitting in Jack's seat is making me more like, I'm like, how do I like get my skills better?
You're taking on the Jack Dodge role of min-maxing.
Macy, I'm like, what are her best skills?
So funny. His spirit is possessing you. As you head off across planted fields and some open woodlands, trees kind of scattered, you head west out of Orishak, and as she is talking to you about how you ride, about things to remember as you go, I will say, go ahead and roll a d10, and you can add that to your writing skill.
Yeah.
Well, I want it too. Okay, I'm not.
You add a d10 to your
7 days.
your hayride skill.
My ride is actually pretty good.
I went from a 5 to a 12.
A 40?
Yeah,
That's great. I mean, that makes sense. You're an aristocrat. Yeah.
that makes sense.
So fun.
I should be also like
From a 5 to a 12 as you go and you improve. You learn a bit about writing from Natalia as she carries you for about 20 minutes across planted fields, open woodlands, heading west. You look out across these sort of frostbitten fields and you see the sky is now becoming this sort of dome of gray, this winter sky above you. And you can see in the distance that there is thick forest ahead, thick woodlands. And as you reach a point where the trees become a little more numerous, growing a little thicker, she pulls back on the reins. The horse comes to a stop, and the wagon wheels stop. And she looks at you in front of her, Bert, and looks back at you and says, you'll have to walk from here.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you be back, or could you wait here?
I have much work to do. I cannot wait here.
All right. Well, thank you. And to get back, will you just remind me of the... Thank you so much for the writing lesson. I really liked it. And I take out my notebook and kind of, I'm like, I'm sorry, I was focused on the writing, but can you just remind us of how to get back exactly?
I'm
not getting lost in the woods.
You asked for the way back?
Yeah.
She kind of points back behind, and you can see that there is, in the distance, the tops of buildings. And you can see the village of Orishak in the far distance. And she says, you will continue from here west. Just keep going west.
All right. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
She turns it around, letting you both off. We're going to go to a crossroads.
Well, what's it gonna be this time?
What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be?
A crossroads is, what do they encounter? Someone with sage advice or a rooster? Vote advice or vote rooster?
If you try to jack the pigeon, that rooster, that's a little too much. It's always a bird.
Yeah.
Do we have a bird in Eberron?
Yeah, what was the equivalence in there?
feel
No,
like
there
we
was
had-
little dinosaurs, which are similar to birds.
We had little dinosaurs.
Little dinosaurs.
We had my little vegetable people.
We did. We had all those.
Oh, we also had. Oh, what was his
Oh
name?
my god, the little vegetable people.
But
Okay,
what
if
was
you haven't
the-
watched our Eberron campaign, watch it.
Yeah, but
It's
what was
so
our
fun.
our little baby dinosaur's name?
Well, we had a pig. We had
Oh, we had Fufu,
Amber Cheddar.
Amber Cheddar.
Amber cheddar.
Amber cheddar.
I wanted to say like hampered diaper.
We had, and we all. Oh my god, we had so many animals. We had amber cheddar, and we also had Jack Snake, Phylum's big old snake.
Oh, bonkers.
She was obsessed with that
Chaos.
snake.
Yeah.
I loved that girl.
That is going to be a rooster.
Oh, yeah.
As she pulls away, starting to peel off and turn around, she pulls back and the horse stops again suddenly. She hops off the horse and sort of goes ahead of you. And you look and see what she is walking towards, which is the corpse of a rooster with flies buzzing around its body.
That's a bad sign.
As she stops for a moment, she looks around. She goes up to her satchel and just pulls out a small sort of gardening tool that's attached into the satchel and the bags in the satchel, the equipment that's attached there, pulls it out, kneels down in the dirt and starts digging.
Excuse me, but this is quite unsightly, of course, but what are you planning on doing?
Without stopping digging, she says, "We have to bury it."
Is there a reason why? I feel like this is quite natural.
She stops digging. This is an ill omen.
Is it?
It is best that it is not in the light of day.
And what sort of bad omen normally?
Yeah, what does it
Do you
bring?
think
Yeah.
just general or?
I do not know the future. Only that this is a bad sign. She continues digging.
Oh, well, well,
Digs until a sort of shallow grave is formed.
Good.
Where she takes the tool and rolls the rooster's
my
body
God,
over
you could burying it
Yes.
like a rooster, and we're just like,
into the hole.
okay,
well, yes.
what's on then?
Piles the dirt back up onto it until it's covered in dirt. Steps back. Looks for a moment at the two of you. And goes back onto her horse. And rides away.
Well,
I can't say that instilled much confidence in me. But you know, onward, right?
Let me say that I would rather see a dead rooster on the side of a road than an opened body with his blood drained.
Oh, right. We've seen some of those.
So we've seen some of that. So this is, out of all the ill omens we've seen, kind of the most pleasant one.
Right.
Tickety boo.
Tickety boo.
Carry on.
Lady Vera.
Unless you have
West.
anything else to say.
No, I just was, going to say that I think it's quite remarkable that you're. I don't know, I just feel like in the very short time I've known you, you've sort of. Well, I don't know, last night you slept on the floor. And you just rode in the back of a wagon with hay. And.
Well, I mean,
You're an adventurer.
if I have the ability to, stay in comfort, I will. But I came here on an adventure, so I am willing to push my boundaries just a tad.
I feel the same way. I've not spoken to many women.
Oh, I can tell. Yes, I could
Really?
tell. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry, Bertie, but you really sounded like you were a choking duck. You were being strangled to make picking duck.
Aha.
Yes.
When you first met your the Duke,
Yes.
was it easy?
No, I hated him, and I still do. I was 16. We were forced into a marriage to keep face, and because my father said I should, and I did, and he's always been a nightmare.
Like Susanna, sort of.
Yes, but mine is a rotund, pimple-faced prick with who constantly smells like beets, cabbage, and pickled herring. He never washes his face nor his body. His clothes always have stains on them, and nobody says anything because he is an absolute brute to the people around him, his staff. So I hang on my side of the wing, and he hangs on his.
What is his name?
What is my husband? I don't think I ever. William.
Yeah, and did he have a particular relationship with your? Sorry for all the questions. Just
I mean,
just curious.
Why don't we walk? We're walking.
Yeah,
on
we're
the way.
walking and talking.
Go ahead, both of you make spotting checks.
I'm stalling. And tell me about your childhood.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay, how are you going to push it?
Upper classes.
I got a 1.
An extreme success.
I'm gonna still do it. I said it.
Great.
That's a success. That's a hard success.
Nice.
Wow.
You both spot, as you're kind of cresting this hill going up against the tree line, a couple sort of lines of smoke coming from, it looks like several miles in the distance to the north of you. Not in the direction you're heading, but to the north of you, you see a couple lines of smoke. Both of you spot that from this vantage point. With an extreme success, you would have the wherewithal to understand this looks like campfire smoke. And with an extreme success also, I would say that you're able to sort of discern this is about where they had gestured to there being the Romani camp. As you can kind of see just the location of that. The camp that is close to the village, where the path that you've been pointed in continues west.
Okay.
You continue on.
Going west. We
Yeah.
don't need to. Yeah.
Just know it's there.
Yeah.
Great. Closer to the edge of the forest, this pasture that you're in is not as frostbitten. It is, in fact, maybe it's the effect of the sun coming out for moments and melting the frost. Whatever it is, the pasture here is rich and green. It's grown over in a way that gives a sense that no livestock come out here to graze on. It's the way that they do closer to the village or in different areas. In fact, it seems like maybe no livestock have ever grazed on this land. And it's, in a natural sense, beautiful as you step through the tree line.
Lovely.
And enter into the deep forest. The dark evergreen trees closing in, and under your feet are layers upon layers of old leaves and pine needles that begin to sort of muffle the floor as you're walking. And you travel steadily across this terrain, traveling sort of steadily upward on a slope. Trees and moss swallow slowly every sound, except for your footsteps and whenever you have hushed conversation between the two of you. It's deeply quiet, profoundly quiet in these woods. As you go, the trees grow bigger and they grow older as you continue in. Wide trunks, roots that sort of come out of the ground in enormous, almost tree trunk sizes and stretch deep under the earth, you imagine. Wide trunks, evergreens stretching high, high above your heads in this dark and thick forest. As you go, there is a strong smell that grows more and more powerful of humus, of earth, of the tickling sensation of rotting vegetation around you, overripe plants. As the ground gets wetter, and what was just old leaves and pine needles turns to mushrooms, fungi, toadstools, slime molds that coat every surface as mold begins to evidently fill the air, and you feel yourself breathing in thick atmosphere. Go ahead and both of you make listen checks.
I'm rolling so fucking good.
Me too. 3.
That's a hard success.
Extreme.
We need it.
Extreme success. It's extremely quiet. But at the edge of your perception, Bert, you detect, almost as if you were imagining it, almost as if it were just the sounds of a song being stuck in your head, you detect a background hum that seems to permeate everything around you. A hum. Low underneath it all.
Can I make an occult check? Like, I'm kind of like looking around. Is there anything that like feels like particularly like the places I've studied or like we've been?
Go for it.
That is a hard success.
Hard success. What it reminds you of a little bit is reading about mythological creatures, thinking about like trolls' dens in like Nordic literature, these places that their very essence and living there almost transforms the terrain around them.
But I'm not feeling like kind of a negative like a darkness to it necessarily.
At this point, what you feel is more an ancientness than anything.
Okay.
And with your hard success, you are able to detect listening. You're able to hear just on the edge of your perception the sounds of another hot take from Jordan Plutzer. As we're going to go to a crossroads.
God.
It's crossroads now.
It's so hard to jump back.
or,
It's so hard to jump back.
Right.
Yeah, is this helpful for the tone?
Yeah,
is this helpful for the atmosphere?
It's like ancient mass, a hum in the
The crossroads is going to be Jordan. How about another hot take? This is going to be D&D classes, vote classes, or pickleback shots, vote shots.
Ooh, okay.
For all of you out there, every half hour we are doing a hot take with Jordan, where the killers get to decide what Jordan gets 60 seconds to go off on in a good way or a bad way or a mixed way, a nuanced way, either way. What do you guys think? Is this like casino music good, or is it better to have like the tavern music, which is a little more upbeat?
I kind of like this.
I think this is good.
Great, that sounds great. All right.
It's looking tied, huh?
It's looking tied. Oh no, it's looking 2-1 actually. It's looking like D&D classes. You got any thoughts on D&D classes? Even just like a favorite class you've played, anything like that. Just an opinion is great.
What?
I'm having a little slip of
Sleep of
Yeah,
Venus.
please.
All right. Should I go back? Should I go to the hot takes?
It's time for Jordan's hot take.
It's Jordan's
on
hot takes.
D&D classes.
Jordan's hot takes. Forget about it. That's my new slip. No. Eat that. Oh, no, I don't.
You can workshop it.
Yeah.
Hot. Ooh.
Ooh, that hurt.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah.
Spicy. Lock me up for arson.
Okay, 60 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
It's going to start right now.
If you don't
wait,
want to.
hold on, sorry.
Oh.
It's going to start right now.
Okay, if you don't want to be a rogue, what the fuck you doing? I don't get it when you're like, oh, I want to be a paladin or I want to be a bard. Who wants? Why? Well, we all want to be a rogue. What are we talking about? Who's played Assassin's Creed? I have, and it's awesome. I have a great time sneaking around. I watch Naruto. They're all sneaky. I love that. I want to be the one who comes out of the shadows.
You got a
with the
good
knife.
30 seconds
And
left.
he's the one who murders them, but then goes back away so you don't have to see him. That's fun for me. Don't tell me to play another class.
Yeah.
I don't want to switch it up. If
Don't
I could
tell
be
him.
an arcane trickster for the rest of my life and the rest of time playing
15
D&D,
seconds.
I would be. Fuck a fighter. Always about a rogue. Now put that on your plate.
7 seconds.
Do you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one.
I was gonna end there.
Put that on your plate, everybody. That's Jordan's hot take about D&D classes.
Put that on your plate.
Put that on your
Lock
plate.
him up for arson. Oh,
Lock him up for arson.
that was
And then-
good. I
As
accidentally kind of moved the camera.
No, it still looks good.
It was cool. Okay. Now I guess we're back to this.
we return.
It's so hard to go. Oh,
Having heard that background hum that seems to come from everywhere around you as you go into this sort of cold, damp area of the
did
forest.
I actually hear anything, or was just that?
No, you didn't hear anything. Quiet, very quiet.
No.
Yeah, you heard. You invented jazz, actually.
Another white person inventing.
Yeah, literally.
Like my favorite movie, La La Land.
Oh, God. That's a hot take.
That's a hot
Yeah,
take. My
Back to
favorite
the
movie
Future.
is La La Land. And Back to the Future.
And Back to the Future.
I
Canon.
need to rewatch that one.
Back to the Future?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Been a
The musical?
We should go see it on the Broadway.
Yeah, we should see the
The
musical.
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 Okay.
After a long time in the cold, damp air, you don't hear anything. Although, Bert, you hear that. You detect that strange sort of sounds. But both of you begin to smell something that pierces through this sort of damp vegetal aroma. Smell warm, fresh baked bread. As you reach the edge of these woods, entering a small clearing, this open space surrounded by thick forest, a small clearing in the middle of which stands a thatched cottage made of pale brown, rough-hewn timber. Around it is a roughly circular fence of briarwood surrounding a neatly tended plots in which cuttings of wood look like they've just been set out, stacked. As you come out and feast your eyes on this sudden appearance in the woods.
Well, I suppose. What's the plan?
Should we just knock?
But like, do we have like, he gave us like a certain amount of money that we have to spend, right?
That you're allowed to spend.
Yeah. What was it? Does it matter?
I would say between you and Vera's expenses, just because of how rich Vera is, for this whole campaign, basically, I've been like,
We can buy
money's gonna be okay.
Okay, great. So, thanks to the Duke. Where are you? I don't know whose family money you guys are really coming from.
Well, I would say when I got married, I had more money, but he had more power.
Ah, that's something else we talked about on the way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We also talked about all of my vacation homes.
All of it, but you're all in England, I guess.
Yeah, they're all in England.
Give us a number. How many vacation
I have
homes?
like 5 in like
like different estates,
in
like
different estates
countries,
within-
and like
within,
yeah.
what would now be the UK.
Totally.
So like a Scotland.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to
Very
Ireland.
royal family.
Yeah, no Ireland though. Of course.
No Ireland.
Because at the time,
Yeah.
I felt
Right.
like they would get along.
Yeah.
Right.
Interested on Vera's thoughts on Ireland.
I don't think you want to
Hoping
hear.
she's. I know.
I don't think you want to
hoping,
hear.
but also wouldn't be surprised
I would be
if she's
surprised.
not
let's
on the right
let's
side
not
of that.
open that up.
We met an Irish person. Remember
Yeah.
the woman who was at that
It's true.
table
She
with us?
invited you to Dublin. Oh no!
Anyway,
All right. Well,
should we just go up?
yes.
Okay.
Approaching this sort of area, there's a gap in the fence, and as you approach, you can see ahead of you at the cottage. The door is shut and the windows are shuttered, so that you can't look in through here. But however, you can, in addition to the scent of wonderfully baked bread, you can hear a young woman's voice coming from inside the cottage, humming a tune.
Hello.
Hello.
As you pass through,
museum.
we're gonna go to a crossroads.
Museum. Hello.
As you
It's
pass through the fence, do they
Crossroads.
receive a sign,
Crossroads.
or do they remain safe?
What?
Vote sign or vote safe?
What? What'd you say?
Do they receive a sign, or do they remain safe?
That's understandable.
Sign or safe?
I don't know the difference. I don't know what I want.
mean,
I don't
my
know.
instinct is remain safe. But
Yeah, but also I'm like, I kind of want to sign if this is a bust.
yeah.
Maybe she's cooking up the last guy, the last appraiser.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point.
Maybe
Yeah.
we kind of peek in, we just see a leg sticking out of a stew.
Right. Because he kind of stopped coming, right?
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Oh no.
sorry.
Oh no.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
What's that song?
What? I don't
What's
know.
that song?
I don't know it.
Cheeseburger.
Who did that?
Okay,
Who
I
did
think
that?
it ended, right?
Yeah, so that's gonna be the safe sign. I want both of you to make luck checks.
Well, that was really good.
Oh shit balls.
I got a high success.
I got a 100.
The 100.
The worst.
You pass through this briarwood fence as you go, passing into this sort of plotted area in front.
Macy's dice are super weird, and that's a 60.
Okay. What
I
kind?
thought the 6 was a 0.
Is that a success?
It's not a 100, which is awesome.
Sure.
It is, where is my luck on this sheet? Oh my gosh,
It's gonna be towards the top, I think.
yeah, it's not actually a success.
Okay. But not a critical fumble.
Well, I did well.
Good.
I
One
did
of
well.
us is lucky. Yeah. it's
Vera,
not a
you lead the
critical
way and you
fumble.
pass through the gap in the fence here as Bert, you go through and absentmindedly you trail your right hand over the fence and it is gashed by a thorn and you see blood just trickling down your palm as you receive 1 point of damage on your right hand.
Ow! Can I quickly try and staunch it and make a little first aid
Go
check?
make a first aid check.
Okay.
But people are careful.
Oh, yes, I wasn't expecting that. I failed. Do you mind taking a look?
I'll try. No.
So you try and sort of stop the bleeding, putting whatever bandage you have carrying on your person on. The blood is still seeping through. It's not something where you're going to bleed out. It's 1 hit point of damage, but it still hurts. And you realize that you don't really have the things to clean it and dress it properly.
Fair enough.
So you approach the door and makes a good sound. You knock on the door.
Was that the sign?
As you approach and knock on the door, you hear the voice that's humming from within call out, Untite? Here closer to the door, the smell of newly baked bread is strong.
Hello. We are from the museum. We've come to appraise some things in order for purchase, and we were told that this was the place to be.
As you hear this woman's voice humming again, you hear some footsteps and then click, opening the door. And you see a young woman open it. This woman looks to be maybe about 20 years old, around about there, with long dark hair. And she opens it up, just sort of casually humming to herself. She smiles to you and looks to you both, and she speaks to you. She says, "What did they?"
Do you speak English?
English. Grandmother.
She looks at the two of you and sort of smiles and gestures for
Can I
you
do a
to come
psych
in.
check on her?
Yeah, go for
Is
it.
she like a ghost? I'm feeling very over the garden wall right now.
I am too. I feel like she's
You know, like the
Madam
anti-whispers.
Anti-whispers. Is what I say.
Whispers. Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Curry.
That's a success.
A success on psychology. Regular success on psychology. She seems real. She seems to be standing here in front of you.
Okay.
She seems, with psychology, surprised to see you, but also pleasantly surprised to see you. She beckons you in.
Okay.
Coming inside, you see a single large room, the fire, a fire burning, with a large rounded clay brick oven. And you see freshly turned bread steaming on a table nearby. The walls of the warmly lit room are crammed with shelves upon shelves upon shelves, loaded floor to ceiling with fragments of statues, just coating the walls inside of this cottage from floor to
That's
high
sick.
ceiling above you. There's cabinets
Hell,
and some
these-
dressers and different things in this single large room. There's this table with a few chairs around that she gestures to as she goes and sits near the oven's hearth, where she has set up a large tapestry frame that she continues humming and picks up a needle and thread and continues what work. It seems like she sat down to let you in and sort of passing the needle back and forth through the tapestry, singing in time with her stitches.
That's very beautiful.
Well, as she sort of finishes off a little thing and continues to hum, and then she looks up and says, "Moi me kucherka."
Kacherka. But
Bert.
Vera.
Vira.
Yes.
Pacheka.
Pacheka?
Pacheka.
Kucherka.
Kacherka.
As she continues on
Pachinko.
and
We got that.
goes on for a couple of sentences in a language that you recognize from being in Orshak as Serbo-Croatian. She continues on for a couple of sentences speaking to you.
No.
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 We, and I hold up, I think I brought along like kind of a little suitcase to look professional. And I say, and I gesture at all the art, all the statues on the wall, and I say,
She speaks another sentence, another sentence you don't understand, but she holds up a finger and says, gesturing out the window, and then kind of,
oh, all right,
and then she gestures to the table and the chairs.
all right.
Okay, wait.
It seems she's out, and we'll be back soon.
She goes and on top of the oven. There's a sort of little stovetop with a kettle on it, and she goes up into a cabinet, opening it up, and pulls out some cups, some different mugs, and places them down on the table. And you see, gets out some jars of different leaves and things, and puts them in the cups, and pours hot water on them, stirs them around, and then she goes over to the bread and cuts it open and puts it on small little plates. And the plates are beautiful. In fact, the mugs are beautiful as well. It all looks like something that you would collect, Lady Vera, something that you would keep in a glass case and maybe you never even use. Just gorgeous, but clearly old. As she brings out another jar and spreads sort of berry spread on the bread and gives it to each of you along with your...
Thank you. I sniffed the tea. Does it smell like it has poison in it?
Go ahead and make a natural world check. Natural world check.
Always gotta check.
Yeah.
I mean, she seems cool, but that's an extreme success.
Extreme success. Smelling it, it doesn't smell like any tea that you've had before. This does not smell like black tea or like a very noticeably like jasmine or anything like that. This smells with an extreme success. Like, you would imagine that this is from the extremely verdant, beautiful surroundings around here. Wildflowers and different sort of roots and things that grow in this forest that have been mixed together into what makes like a slightly tart, but also just like beautifully floral scent coming from it. You don't get a hint of anything that seems like sour or off about it.
Okay.
Well,
Now
Solid
glasses.
has a good idea about the tea, about whether it's safe or not.
Just need to take a really long whiff.
Yeah.
Well,
And when I
cheerio.
it smells absolutely.
And she just puts her hand to her heart.
I'll take a bite.
And she nods and
I bet it is damn good.
she
I'm
goes-
like freshly baked bread and homemade jam right
Yeah.
now. That sounds
It tastes
sounds so
delicious.
fucking good right now.
it tastes
I'm hungry.
a
delicious.
thick slice.
Of thick like Studio
warm.
Ghibli style slice of bread with
Very
some
Studio Ghibli
Butter?
style.
butter.
I like that music that just flared up. I was
As-
thinking about my bread and my butter.
She walks away from the table and goes back to her tapestry by the oven and just continues sort of needling away and continues humming to herself, just continuing the song. And the two of you are left just to yourselves at the table for a while, just with your bread and your jam and your tea in this space. And 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. The humming continues and continues. She needle and thread. Until
As we're sitting here, I want to really take a good, kind of walk around and kind of ask, kind of gesture to her, do you mind, basically, if I, look at the art?
she looks in, gestures to all
And
everything.
just be looking for one that looks like our girls. That has maybe the little tessellation, that feels like I kind of am lightly feeling them and seeing if any of them feel. Well, we're looking for an arm or a head, so I look for arms and heads.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me.
No, do you see anything?
We'll try. Well, that's a regular success.
Both of you see, say, plainly noticeable. Both of you see dozens of arms. Dozens of fragments of statuary that look nearly just like the statue parts that you've seen. You see different sort of faces and different things on there, all of them sort of stone, and you see just the fragments of chests and feet. Looking around, none of them sort of give that sheen that you recognize. And as you're looking, all of these pieces stacked upon stacked so that it would be extremely difficult to remove anything from these stacks without removing a dozen pieces beforehand or risking a cascade of things falling off these shelves. As you're looking around at all of these, taking a walk around the room, you hear this sound of something outside, something like flapping sheets in a breeze outside. As
God.
you hear footsteps coming up the path.
Why does it have to... We're stuck.
And
No, and it's just us.
It's just us.
before long, a draft comes through.
Do we have garlic?
Cottage.
Yeah, we do. I brought my bag, my little suitcase. We have big old garlic.
As the door opens and in steps a very old woman, this ancient-looking woman, still light on her feet as she comes in. She is dressed in embroidered traditional skirts and a cloak, neat and tidy. She walks with a stoop, her back nearly at a 90-degree angle as she comes hobbling in quickly. Her skin is sun-tanned and deeply wrinkled with large moles dotting her face. And as she enters into the cottage, she looks at you and she smiles a wide smile, revealing just a few remaining stained teeth in her mouth.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you speak English by any chance?
She hobbles past you, and Kacherka gets up from her tapestry, still humming, and goes to her and gives her a big hug, and leads her to the fireplace, and speaking to her animatedly in a language that you do not recognize as Serbo-Croatian. You do not recognize this language as Kacherka speaks to her.
Do you recognize it at all?
You can either make a science linguistics check, which I imagine you don't have, unless I'm mistaken, or go ahead and make a listen check. It's going to be a tough listen check.
Or, like, what about intelligence? Library use?
I'll say listen.
That's an extreme success. I got a 4.
Oh my gosh. And I had a right on the money. 50, and I have a 50.
A 50 for a regular success.
Success.
You don't recognize this. You don't know what language this is. Lady Vera, you don't recognize this language. You don't know what language it is they're speaking, but you have heard it before, and you heard it in the middle of the night last night in hushed tones coming from another room in the dark
A
house.
spooky language.
Spooky language.
As this old woman settles in a chair by the fire and finally sort of taking off her cloak and sitting down at once, she lets loose this. Welcome. You have traveled far to be here, is that correct?
Could you speak up? I can't hear you.
She looks over at Kacherka and speaks to her in a hushed tone in this other language. And before she sort of dusts off her hands and adjusts herself in her seat, and she looks up and says, "What are you here for?"
We are here because we need to, we're appraisers. We've been sent from the museum.
Ah!
Yes, and to look at the art. And, I must say, your plates, your cups, everything about, this your place is absolutely beautiful. Right, Lady Vera?
Yes,
Miss Vera.
Yes, we're happy to pay top dollar for a selection of your things.
Yes, I would do accept top dollar. That is, you understand, it is my living.
Yes.
We do not get many travelers out here. She goes and sort of picks up a cane and hoists herself up and just starts hobbling around the room. Her eyes are wide, looking at the both of you as a short little figure, deeply wrinkled, looking at all of you. She stops. You will stay for dinner.
Oh, no, we have to get back as soon as possible.
There will be plenty of time. Darkness falls late. You return to Orashach.
We can stay for lunch. But then we have to get back on the train.
Looks back to Kacherka and speaks another few words with her, and Kacherka is still humming, stops for a moment and speaks a few words and continues humming as the old woman looks back at you and says, "Lunch. Yes."
I suppose we have to eat. But the bread was really quite good. The bread and the butter and the jam.
Yeah.
Continues to
delicious.
circle around you.
I
around.
know. You put the
She
wrong
says,
two people.
"What have you
To do this part.
come here? The museum, it seeks what?"
Oh, well, recently we've been looking for new sculptures.
New sculptures, specifically, we're doing a sort of a collection of arms.
Arms and heads?
Arms, rifle.
No.
No. Statue arms.
I see. Yes. As she goes and starts hobbling around, looking up and is pointing with her cane, just reaching up and pointing. She says, yes, we have many of these various antiquity. Take your pick.
Is anything like, can I tell of good quality?
Looking around, it all seems to be in great shape for these artifacts. As much as it is chaos in here, things stacked upon stacks upon stacks, everything seems to be still clean and pristine condition. Looking around at where she is pointing, you don't seem to see exactly what you are looking for. And she goes back around and she sits down back by the oven. Kacherka is opening the oven and putting more wood in it as she's going over to the side and sort of starting to peel carrots, potatoes, and onions and greasing a pan and putting them on the pan. As this old woman sits down once again in the chair. Something more particular.
Are we supposed to even get that arm?
I mean, Makria, basically was, sent us, was, go along with the mission, and the Makriat's mission was, all we have left is the arm and the head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and this place is full of limbs. So she brought, exactly did she, sorry.
She pointed to several, the ones that you had spotted before.
Yes. And I say,
I think we're looking for something a bit more, how to say this, rare.
Does she bring them down?
No, she just points at them.
We need to get a closer look, but we're specifically interested in collecting things that have a very storied history, have been perhaps, been all over the world, traveled around, yes.
What age?
What age? Well, that's a great question. Do we remember the year that this whole situation started? It's definitely in one of our documents. It's the letter that was
This is Winkleman. This is Winkleman.
There was this letter from 1593. I think that's right. Around.
I think it's a little earlier, though, isn't it?
Do we remember? Will you tell us, or do we need to find it?
Based on what you know,
I can look.
certainly
We can look.
pre-Crusades.
Yeah. I want to say
entirely
400, right?
It was whenever the one shot happened, with the
Yeah, those 12 something.
I'm so horrible at dates. I think it was 12 something too.
Is that what you say?
No. We're rifling through our memories from our documents.
Sure.
Anything in Venice?
I will allow both of you to make idea checks if you would like.
Okay, well, hold on your horses.
Yeah, hold your horses.
Totally.
This is a game of...
This is what
A game of artifacts.
What all do we have these documents for? If not to,
So true.
Okay, I'm finding one from 1797.
Oh, this smells like beef jerky.
Yeah, it does. 1917.
Ooh.
Yeah, Venice we learned about the
Are you eating beef jerky?
No, I'm eating almonds. We did get a pro-Trump spammer in our chat.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Alright.
Let's go, Brandon.
It's who, Brandon?
Let's go, Brandon.
What is he saying?
We got a message from Sleepy Joe.
That's what he said.
Moving on.
Love that.
Okay. I don't actually mean let's go, Brandon.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, no. We do not mean that.
Artifact, evil power. It was scattered across Europe at the end of the 18th century. But it was started.
That's when it was scattered across Europe. A segment was taken to Trieste generations past, and this was in 1593.
That
So
was before the Crusades.
I don't know when
Okay,
the Crusades are.
I'm rolling an idea check.
I am so bad at history. Oh, Oh wait, Macy writes so much shit down.
I know. I looked. Okay. That's a 99. Can I push it? Or no?
How are we gonna push it?
Hold on.
I'm gonna do this.
Wait, March? Okay, March 330 AD. Plague. I don't know. I just see that. So I say
That's a success.
Success.
330 year
330.
Roman Empire plague in the east.
As Bert is kind of coming to it as well, there is this age that you know of that seems to be the beginning of this era, some sort of era that is recognized by this cult, the Brothers of the Skin. Whether or not it predates that is unknown, but you imagine that this, whatever it is, this artifact, this presence in the world, dates back at least to then.
Sorry, some more Macy's notes. This one, can I just read one?
Please.
Yeah.
From April 14th. Quote, I think it's got to be a Lady Vera quote. Quote, homosexuals have trouble keeping their big gay mouths shut and their heavy lesbian boots from stomping.
I did say that.
It's going to come back to haunt you, Jordan.
If I'm ever running for, I don't know, president.
yeah.
Running for
City council.
city council, senate.
330.
God willing.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Um,
Thanks, Macy.
Was that guy removed? Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
I deleted it. As it strikes you that at least back to the 4th century, perhaps.
Okay. At least back to the 4th century, perhaps.
See,
Very old.
was there anything unusual about it? Some characteristics.
Well, you know, it was rumored, and we're just historians, so really what do we know? But it was rumored to have some sort of darker properties, if you will.
What is its story?
It was sort of scattered all over the world, different pieces of it, from what we understand.
And it was part of a larger whole.
We assume so, you know, from our research.
Yes.
I have
As
heard of
historians.
such a thing. Surprising that it would be here.
You know, there's all sorts of things, all sorts of places, and you clearly have a great eye and a great, you know, collection.
Her brow furrows. She is just her eyes darting around the room, scanning different shelves. She begins to gesture for you to get up and collect things from the different shelves, and pointing around the room to collect things, getting them off the shelves, examining them, putting them to the side, and pointing you around the room. Bert, Vera, if you're helping as well,
Yeah,
going around, sort of climbing up and going to different shelves. Going to each of them as she kind of points them out. Again, her face is a look of concern, looking around, pulling them out. None of them seem to be right as Kacherka is opening the oven, putting the pan of vegetables in the oven as the old woman looks puzzled, and then her gaze fastens on the highest shelf, high up in the peak of the cottage's eaves, and says, there. It's there. I see it.
Not me looking where Eric's pointing.
She points her arm up, and you can see, high up at the top of the many shelves, high, sort of wedged, half in the rafters and half in sort of the shelves and the thatch of the roof, you can see stacked at the top is an arm. And looking at it, it looks more promising than any that you've seen in this home.
Well, that looks promising. As do many of these. We'll take a few pieces for the museum, of course.
Actually.
Um,
I mind if I peruse while you go.
yes, why don't you just take appraisals, and perhaps we could see this one.
Of course. Get it.
Yes, and is there like a ladder?
there is a dresser.
Oh,
Going to
scoot
a
over the
cabinet.
dresser.
You would need to get on the dresser, up onto the cabinet, and reach from the cabinet up onto it.
All right, let's do it.
Great.
Bless your soul.
As you go, climbing up onto the furniture, easy enough, hoist yourself up onto the dresser. This wardrobe seems to be steady enough that you hoist yourself up, looking down now onto this earthen floor of the room. You still on the floor,
I'm
going
kind
around.
of now finding decoy items to also buy.
Great, yeah. Collecting the things that were set aside and sort of putting them on the table, collecting them around. As grandmother looks up at you as you're climbing up there, and you put your hands on this arm and start to try to tug it. And it is slightly wedged in there, stuck in the rafters, and you have to sort of tug at it. And so you hear from below you this voice, "Careful not to fall." So you tug again. Lady Vera, you see grandmother begin to sway in her seat, almost as if she's off balance.
She cast enough spell.
Getting a better look at her. Her eyes are not in focus as they were before. Her eyes seem almost glazed over as she begins to sing under her breath.
No, stop her.
And then several things happen at once. In this moment, Bert, you reach and you feel the right arm come free from the rafters, keeping your balance up here on top of this wardrobe, up at the top near the rafters of this house. As it comes free and you bring it close to your face, involuntarily looking at it, you see the tessellations. You see the tessellations of arm with an arm with an arm with an arm. You see and you know. Heart of hearts.
No, she's here.
You have the right arm of the Sedefkar Simulacrum in your hand, the 5th out of 6 pieces of this artifact. You have it in your hands. And as it comes free, you feel the fingers of an adjacent marble arm and the toes of an adjacent leg flex and grab around your reaching arm in vice-like grips as you feel stone-like fingers clasp around your arm. And you see that these are not statues that have come to life. These are human arms and legs.
Oh my god.
And inside of the skin of them is not statue and is not skin, but is rather countless tiny writhing filaments writhing along the body of these arms that grasp you as you hold this right arm in your grasp. As you, Lady Vera, look up, Bert preoccupied by what is happening to you being grasped. Vera, you look up at the sudden sort of gasp from Bert, and you look up and you see that the thatched roof is it is not a thatched roof. In fact, it is not what you saw. It is, in fact, a roiling mat of intertwining, fine ropey tendrils interlacing above your heads, gray-brown and glistening with beads of a strange milky phosphorescent sweat.
I want to go.
I know.
As you hear a sound as grandmother stands up from her seat in this moment and unbends, her back cracking up as her arm goes out towards the oven. She grabs the bread shovel, the shovel used to get the bread out of the oven, leaning against the oven as she lets this cackle out as she slides the flat of the shovel underneath Bert's on top of the wardrobe, putting it under your feet and pivoting you towards the oven with a shocking strength that sends you off.
I grab I'm holding onto the arm.
As you're holding on to the Sedefkar Simulacrum arm, as you do that, looking down the oven is not an oven anymore. Instead, what you see is this wrinkled, leech-like maw, ringed with gripping thorn-like hooks that's gaping wider and growing, extruding itself towards Bert as you are pivoted towards it on the shovel, its mouth expanding until it's larger than a human. As grandmother swings you towards the enormous mouth, you hear the sound of a strange, joyful sort of singing coming from Kacherka herself as the humming begins to turn into words in this strange language as Kacherka is singing this joyful song as she pulls out a long kitchen knife and begins to come towards you, Lady Vera. For all of this happening in this moment, I'm gonna need both of you to roll sanity checks.
Jesus Christ.
Success.
Success.
Hard success.
Hard success. Each of you lose 2 sanity. Or, sorry. Excuse me. Bert loses 2 sanity. Vera, you lose 1 sanity.
She got an extreme success?
Both of you just succeeded. You are being pushed towards the fire.
Hold on a little bit.
Or rather, the mouth.
Yeah. Tracks.
As you look around and the room around you is sweating or salivating. Strange tendrils, ropes, and things all around you. The cackling and the laughing, the knife and the oven. In this moment, initiative has begun, and you must act fast to escape the situation. In this moment, at the top of the first initiative, I'm going to need a power roll from Bert.
Macy, I'm using your dice. They've brought me. It's a failure. Can I push it?
Yeah. What are you going to do to push it? This power roll is to have the wherewithal to ensure that you do not get thrown into the maw of this strange animal oven.
As I'm like hurtling towards it, I like close my eyes and I picture my sister and I picture my brother and I picture all of my family kind of at various points in their lives. Their faces flash before me and I picture myself alone back in the house that I lived in Arkham, and I summon all of this energy and grit down.
Yes. Summoning the power of your memory inside of you. Go ahead and push that roll.
This sounds easy.
You got this.
No, it's an 80. Well, should I use luck? I think I should.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah,
Using
yeah.
luck points.
I'm using 10 luck points.
10 luck points. Incredible. Using 10 luck points, you manage to succeed on this power roll. As you see,
I got 2 80s.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
I can't go in that mouth.
No, I know. Girl.
the fire of this oven is dissipating and rather revealing a strange undulating mass of flesh inside of the mouth of this oven. As you see it open wide enough to swallow you easily, as you are flung towards it, you can see where you would begin to be digested inside of it. You writhe around, and with this success, you manage to hold on to the arm of the Sedefkar Simulacrum, writhe out as you're let loose from the vice-like grips of these strange arms around you, and you feel yourself merely topple down and boom, hit the floor beneath you. With that, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity roll.
No, I got it. No.
Okay, you lose 2 hit points as you boom, hit the ground, and you feel something in your ribs crack a little bit, and you feel the wind knocked out of you as you can hear this cackling, this singing coming from around you. The singing seems to resonate around the walls of the hut. It seems to echo and to vibrate with the walls. In this moment, I'm going to need you to make one more dexterity roll.
Okay, sorry, I'm putting the dice because these are
Go for it.
trash. Success.
Success. As you look around, as you hit the ground and you are lying on the dirt floor of this hut, you look around and you see all these shelves and shelves and shelves of different statuary. You see the shelves have turned into interlacing finger bones. These digits that are just writhing and crackling along the walls, detaching from the walls and sort of reaching out to grasp at your hair, your clothing, your limbs as you, on the floor, begin to scoot back along the floor towards the middle of the room to avoid the arms and hands that are now lashing out as you hear this singing sounds coming from Kacherka as she casually almost swings out her blade towards you. I need a dodge roll from you, Lady Vera, as her long knife swings towards you.
What's your dodge again? Oh, it's not here.
It's down there, yeah.
Bottom.
That I'm gonna use 2 luck points to make that a hard success. Would it matter? You think?
To make a hard success, I'm going to go ahead and in this situation, I'm not going to let you know whether a hard or a stream is going to be better. Great. Hard success on that means that you do not take the 1d4 plus 2 damage that would have come for you as she swings, never stopping singing, continuing and continuing as she swings for you, and you see the shine of the edge of this jagged, sharp knife just come inches from your throat, and as you go back and feel your hips against the table behind you, as both of you have backed up into this table. Both of you, what are you doing in this moment?
I backed up into the table. Like, do we have a path to the door?
Looking around, you can see that the walls are turning into both the bones of these shelves coming out and reaching for you. You can see the walls are becoming these strange, interlaced tendrils, some as thin as an inch across, but some thick and strangely sort of swallowing and making strange, waving, writhing motions. As you look around, go ahead and make no rolls. K-N-O-W.
It's under education at the top. Yeah. That's a hard success.
That's the next success. That's also a success.
A success. Both of you in the same moments look and you see among the dancing bones of this strange cottage, you look and having remembered the direction you're facing west to get here, remembering where you turned around to get to the door to knock on it, to enter into this cottage, you look in that direction and you see just almost like a curtain parting, a small little hole in the wall that looks to be an entrance or an exit. And as you see that, I'm gonna need both of you to make luck checks.
My luck is so low now.
That's an extreme success.
An extreme success.
I'm rolling so well.
I am glad because I've been flopping them.
I flopped so hard last time it made me upset that I don't think I got a success on anything.
I don't succeed.
Okay.
My luck is so
You
slow
remain
now.
standing as what's about to happens. You lose your footing and once again hit the ground as you feel the floor beneath you tilt and then tilt again, and you feel the cottage begin to rise into the air, extracting from the undergrowth beneath it.
As I'm like losing my footing and falling to the ground, I like hand out the arm for Vera.
Okay, I'm putting your hand out. What are you doing, Vera?
I'm just like falling and weak, so I just.
I'm gonna
give
put
the arm.
it on my back.
Okay, you hoist up Bert's frame onto your back. As you see the opening here. In this moment, I'm going to need you to make another dodge check.
That's a 5.
That's
Nice.
That's
a 5.
Extreme
An
success.
Vera
extreme
is, like,
success.
having
As
a
you
moment.
hoist Bert up onto your back, you have
my
a
God.
moment of realizing that another swing is coming for you as you pivot out of the way, just managing to get out of the way as Kacherka, all smiles, all singing, swings her long kitchen knife again towards you as you swing out of the way and manage to get Bert out of the way, out of the dangerous swipe of the knife as it sing makes a sound through the air. Both of you, what are you doing in this moment?
We need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you have any alcohol?
Do I? I don't know if I do.
I would
had
say
a
it's.
flask. I've mentioned a flask at some
Go ahead and make a
point.
luck roll.
I don't know if I brought it.
See if it works.
Success.
Success. You do have, you
25.
remember, a flask of. What would you say you have a flask of, and from where?
I've used a flask in this campaign before. I can't remember where. I think Bert just like thinks it's classy to kind of have a little flask of like a nice scotch.
Great. Yeah, you remember that. You have a flask of scotch on your person.
Yeah, and I.
Handing it out to Lady Bear.
I'm gonna open it and throw it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna pull my gun and try to shoot.
Try to ignite it with the fire boom, coming out of the barrel that's going. You'll have to get close to it, and you'll risk yourself getting caught in the fire of it as you go up and you point your shotgun at it. Go ahead and make a firearms check.
That's a success.
A success on it as you bam, set off the shotgun, getting close enough to it. It is deafening. Your ears now are completely ringing as you just hear this sort of deafening ringing sound mixed with, in the background of that, the soft singing of these two women around you as they come in and start hobbling around the table towards you, one of them wielding a knife, the other cackling and singing. As they come towards you, you boom, set it off, and you ignite from the blast coming off the sawed-off shotgun. A small fire begins to burn inside of here. As you do that, that being your action for this turn, go ahead and make another dodge roll.
That's a failure.
It's a failure.
It had to happen at some point. The against the odds.
You bam, set off this shotgun blast, and you see the fire begin to spread. You have a moment of stepping back so that you are not caught in the fire yourself. And in that moment, you feel a knife slice into your ribs and pull out as you feel yourself, hot blood begin to run down your back as you take 4 points of damage.
Ooh, baby.
As in that moment, Kacherka comes up to you, still singing her lovely song, and stabs you in the back for a moment, and you feel breath leave you, and you feel a frightening pain running down your back. What are you doing in this moment?
I'm getting out, just trying to get out.
Still on the back, you running to go. Are you still on the back?
I think I would have slipped off, like, now that you've helped me up.
Great.
I mean, I'm not injured, so I'm off, and I'm just kind of running to the exit with the arm, and Lady Bear kind of.
I'm gonna cover fire her. Like I'm gonna try shooting them.
Okay.
To cover
I would say you will either be able to shoot or you will be able to exit in this round. What would you like to do?
It's up to you. I think I'm trying to get out.
I think we have to exit.
Yeah.
I think that's more important than shooting.
Okay, great. As you go and
These are
you
supremely
think for a
powerful.
moment of shooting off, as you see the two smiling faces behind you coming, reeling from the floor that is still shifting underneath you. As you run out, you turn around, think for a moment to shoot, but instead turn around, going through this almost curtain of bones and jumping through. Both of you go ahead and make jump checks.
Jump.
Jump checks.
It's drone.
I don't think we've used that yet.
Well, I've never used it. Well, it never ends. It's an extreme success.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I got a 5.
And I failed.
As you jump, going out the door. I would say that almost you don't even make a jump, as there is this sort of shifting of the ground, but your mind tells you that you'll be able to step out and step onto the ground outside of here as you go through these jumble of bones, and as you step out, you see that you are several feet off the ground. The entrance, this cottage, is now, you don't know if it's levitating, you don't know what's happening, but as you go out, it is too late, and you tumble off out of it, and you hit the ground again, this time falling. You take 3 hit points as you feel yourself land on your right arm and feel it just crack underneath you. You feel it dislocated from your shoulder.
Wait, how do you know if you have a major wound? Is it if you go under a certain, or if you get one hit?
A major wound is going to be that is
Done at the same time.
equal to or more than half your maximum hit points from a single wound.
Okay, never mind.
So yeah, you're
Great. You feel it just slightly dislocate, and you can still feel this just reverberating pain going down your right arm, just echoing and aching. As you hit the ground, Vera, you see him tumble off, and you manage to, in just the right moment, leap off and just kind of land on your knees on the ground, sliding in the mud outside. As you look behind, just a glance behind to see that the cottage somehow is up above the ground in some way. As you make it out the door, amidst this chaos, the sound of dissonant singing is wafting through the trees as grandmother and Kacherka are still singing in an ancient tongue that is disturbing and unnerving to your ears. We're going to go to a crossroads in this moment.
If it's a Jordan hot take, I can't.
Crossroads.
Yes, give me one moment.
I am gonna pee.
Go for
Please
it.
do it.
Really good.
Good moment for a pee. Crossroads is how many are outside?
How many?
Crossroads is how many are outside, 1 or 3. That is the words 1 or the word 3.
Oh, God.
There's only 2 of us. You couldn't have made this a little easier?
It's scaled a bit for 2.
Really?
Yeah. And the killers. They get to decide. Although this one, perhaps it's going to be you guys deciding.
Why is nobody here?
Oh no. We got a vote from Macy.
How many people are watching?
I don't know, honestly. Okay. Alright. Let's see which way it's heading.
Was this woman, Kacherka, the woman that we saw doing the ceremony?
You don't recognize her?
Okay.
That is gonna be 1. The vote being 1, that means that in this moment, we're gonna go 1.
What happened?
It says how many are there? 1 or
Awesome.
3, and we got 1.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Macy, I think, was the only one who voted, and she said 1.
Thank girl. No, we had a few. 3 people. 1. Oh, I gotta get off the crossroads.
With votes being in.
It's gonna be like one giant monster.
Yeah, it's one. It's like the thing about like, would you rather fight 1 giant duck or like horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
And what would you choose?
100 duck-sized horses.
Duck-sized horses, like a big duck though. It's
Horse-sized
kinda
duck
scary.
would kill you.
Yeah. So 100 duck-sized horses.
Yes.
That's
Just
a
kick
lot
him.
of duck. You
know, but
want to
you just-
fight a duck?
No, but you just kick him around. But
With
would
a-
you want to fight a duck that's the size of a horse?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No.
duck-sized horse is gonna be okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be okay.
Ducks, like
It's gonna
100
be
duck-sized
sad to fight
horses.
them.
You just kind of have to
Yeah,
kick
they're gonna
them.
be so.
How many are outside is 1. And with that, as you both hit the ground, Bert, your arm, and feeling heavily injured underneath you as you collide with the ground,
Can I try
looking
and
up.
pop it back in?
Go ahead and make a first aid check. It will take a moment to do that.
Okay, never mind. I won't do it right now.
Okay. As you look up, your vision slightly dazed, but Vera, with the clear eyes in front of you, you can see that it is dark clouds overhead, casting this sort of winter light, even as it is, you thought, at least midday. Looking around, it is dim out here, and you can see in the dark tree line, not too far from here, you can see movement. As you can see, this sort of writhing figure coming out from the woods. What looks like a tree, only at the top where there should be branches that are dead instead are waving tentacles, strange appendages that spin around. You can see mouths opening across the bark of it, and you can see from about eye level to you, you can see the figure of a frozen human reaching out, grasping out, seemingly almost sunk into this tree with tentacles at the top as it comes out from the tree line and starts making strange, crying, screeching sounds as it steps towards the fencing and towards the two of you. In this moment, I'm gonna need both of you to make sanity checks.
So it's a human inside a tree and the tree's walking, essentially.
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
That is a 60, which is a pass.
Pass.
Did you say sanity?
Sanity.
Yeah.
Sanity.
Pass.
Pass. Each of you roll a D3.
What's a D3?
Roll D6 and divide it by 2.
1 and 2 is 1.
Yes, 1 and 2 is 1, 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 is 2.
2.
Great. Lose that many sanity. As far as sanity goes, I need you guys to keep track of what is one. If you lose in total, after all the sanity rolls we do in this day, if you lose 1/5 of your max sanity, then let me know. I know it's a little math.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll let you know that.
That'd be great.
But let
That
me just
would be
tell you
great.
something. I'm not even close.
Yeah, you're not even phasing. I think you have a long way to go to scare us.
Good to know.
I don't want to. I take it back. Wait.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
As you come out of this, escaping from, you see that the briarwood fencing that was around here is not a simple sort of humbly made briarwood fence, but rather a clustered ring of thorns, high, circling around the cottage. You can see that there is still the same opening that there was before, but you can see that the branches of this thorn fence are littered with bleached bones and grinning skulls sat
Jesus
atop all the
Christ.
thorns. As you go out, you can see this strange tentacled tree is ahead of you, in front of the opening to this fence. Behind you is whatever it is behind you. Whether or not you've looked, I don't know if you've looked.
I would say I've looked.
Okay, great.
I would just done a really quick glance.
Yeah, as we like jumped out of the, because the house is behind us, right?
Yes, as the house is behind you. We're gonna go to a crossroads.
Oh Lord.
Crossroads is, do they get a clear view of it? Yes or no?
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top.
Down in the Tennessee hills.
Hey,
That's what we're gonna start singing.
that's the song they sing.
Ain't no telephone bills. Rocky Top.
Will we get demonetized for that?
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll stop
Hi,
there.
UL. We're
Tennessee
in,
fight song.
we're in deep shit right now. Like,
Yeah,
there's some big
Big things happening.
creepy things.
There's a witch in the woods. Okay, we can now call her a witch. Like, I don't want to generalize about all women. That's really like terrible to call them witches.
She's a
but,
witch.
But she's a witch, right?
She's a straight up witch. Her little companion, also a witch.
Apprentice witch.
Yeah, but doing well.
Yeah, she's scarier to me. Like a really jovial
Yeah.
20-year-old woman with a knife, like a long bread knife.
Yeah.
That's a little scarier.
No, it literally is like
you're looking
over
back
the
as
garden
well.
wall. What'd you say?
You're looking back at it as well.
I don't think so. My arm
Great.
just popped out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ow!
Focused and seeing the strange shape moving in front of you, past the fence, as Lady Vera, you look back and you do get a clear look at something that you would have thought a person insane to describe. in your prior life, something that makes you question your very grasp on reality. As you can see, behind you is no longer a cottage. Behind you is a beast of tentacles and arms, as wide as a house, tall, stretching up above the treetops. 6 great tentacles as wide as trees undulate above it as it raises onto large, almost fowl-like legs that unearth it from the ground. As it lifts into the air, you hear this scream that seems to come from another world, emanating from countless mouths upon this creature. And I'm gonna need you to make a sanity roll.
Yeah, of course. Jordan is like, I should roll a sanity.
Yeah.
That's a 16, so that's a success.
A success?
That's a hard success.
Go ahead and roll 1d6, and that is the amount of sanity points that you are going to lose.
It was a lot.
That was like.
That was a lot.
That's life shattering for.
A fail on that
anybody.
is 1d20 loss.
Oh my god, if you would have
failure.
failed.
As you steel yourself, looking back
Christ.
at it, Lady Vera, you gather whatever it is inside of you that you can find.
You look like my husband in the morning.
The same defense against a world that is sometimes cruel. The same defense that has served you in the past to keep you in a position of confidence, a position of power. That same defense is what you find that you can muster against this thing. That same bit of whatever it is, you will try to take the piss out of it. Whatever gut instinct that is keeps you from losing your mind completely, looking back at this thing that you immediately know that you wish you could forget, but you never will, as you look back at it and know that you must turn your eyes from it in order to stay aware and to stay alive.
Okay.
You lose 5 sanity points. Losing 5 sanity points. Give me 1 moment. Go ahead and make an intelligence roll.
You want this?
Amazing.
That's a hard success.
Hard success.
I do like it, but it's so much. I was like, I want that beer.
No, you don't.
I had like 4 sips. I was like, that's enough beer.
Hard success. Go and roll a d10 for me.
Wait, what did you just roll for sanity again, or what?
Intelligence. 3. Do I lose that much intelligence? Do I become like?
Dumbstruck.
A 3. Losing 5 sanity. The intelligence success means that as much as you try to push this from your mind, as much as you try to write it off as you're dreaming or something, there's a moment of realizing that it is all too real. This is real. You're not going to wake up from this. This is something that is in front of you. This is something that's behind you and that is coming for you. And as you grasp the reality of that, you feel fury inside of you as you have a bout of madness, of violence inside of you. As you want to tear at the grass in front of you, you feel anger at people who are around you. You feel this red mist sort of settle over your eyes, and I'll allow you as a player to determine exactly how that manifests, but you feel this insane fury and violence well up in you in a way that is unfamiliar to you. As in this moment, there is one opening in the thorn fence around you. There is this strange creature in the distance. 1, not 3, 1 in the distance in front of you, in front of that opening, and there is this insane thing grasping at the earth behind you. What are you doing?
We need to push forward.
Yes.
Shoot at it, Bert.
I take out my new handgun and I shoot at the thing.
I'll do the same.
Shooting at the thing in front of you?
Yeah, while
Go ahead and
running,
make a firearms
if
check.
possible.
Running towards it, go ahead and make a firearms check.
May I do it as well, or should we do it triple?
Yeah, go for it. You can both do it.
That is a 3. That is an extreme success.
Extreme
How am I doing
success.
this?
I rolled my second 100.
Okay.
I'm gonna push it.
Go. Can you push a combat roll? I
Oh,
don't
I don't think
know.
you can.
Can you push combat roll? I don't think so.
Lady Vera's pissed.
You can't. I'm sorry.
I think Lady Vera's in Mama Bear. mode.
Absolutely. The extreme success absolutely
Yeah,
checks out
right.
with this insanity that's settling over you, this trigger happiness, not even checking exactly safety off or anything, just boom, 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 setting off as you shoot. Go ahead and roll your damage for it as you, with this 100, that's a critical fumble on it. With that, what kind of gun do you have? Handgun. As you pull it out, you feel it slip out of your hands as you pull it out, and it flies over your shoulder and goes behind you towards the cottage where you just came from.
Okay, bye. I didn't have it before, and whatever.
Great. Just wiping the sweat from your hands and not looking back, continuing to run forward as you shoot it off. 11 points of damage to whatever thing this is in front of you. Running towards it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The exit is there, right?
Yep.
What else we gonna do?
Running towards
It's that
it.
crazy feeling of like not like the no magic of it all. Like
Yeah.
it's bananas.
Running towards it is going to be, we're going to go into the initiative order. We're going to go top of initiative order, and it's going to be this creature that is going towards you. Tentacles writhing out, coming out from underneath. Its roots seem to be spreading and contracting, strange and quick towards you. Its mouth's opening, and you see whatever person is inside of this, their mouth just slowly opening, jaw unleashing and clenching as it is coming towards you. You can see that there are strange pale tendrils reaching out from the fencing around you and digging into the dark earth beneath it. As you run towards it, shooting at it, it is skittering towards the two of you as you pass through the opening, and it is going to make an attack. Both of you make luck checks.
That's a success.
What number?
That was a 70.
70?
14.
14. Okay. It's going to attack Lady Vera.
How much? What are you at?
I'm at 7.
5.
I mean, my luck is 70, and it was a 70, so that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I think it was just probably like whoever was lower. I have 40 luck now.
I want to see you roll again. That's too much.
Yeah, Yoel, not skittering. Don't skitter.
How many hit points do you have? 7. Okay. Bert, you see as it skitters forward, these strange tentacles at the top of its head, this tree-like creature, strange mouths. As you get closer, you can see just eyelids popping open across its bark as it skitters forward, and a tentacle whips around and cracks into Lady Vera's skull, sending her to the ground, blood draining down her face. That's 9 points of damage.
That's a major wound.
I'm down.
You're
As a
down.
major wound happens, you are unconscious and you are dying.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
As Lady Vera hits the ground, thump, suddenly, slamming to the earth. Bert's the only thing that could stop you. Lady Vera being hit and hitting the ground. Lady Vera, you are unconscious and you have the dying condition. We're going to make sure that we do this by the books. Whew. Give me one moment. Just want to make sure.
could be the end of Vera and Bert.
Yeah, no, it might. If I get hit by that thing and we're both down,
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
The only chance is if the dice are on our
So
side.
on
and I
your
can
turn,
escape with you.
on your turn, it's going to be a Constitution roll, and if you fail that, you're dead.
Okay.
In this moment,
What's your Constitution?
the luck that you guys have is that Bert, you have a dexterity of 60, and Lady Vera, you have a dexterity of 55, meaning that Bert goes first in initiative order. In this moment, we're going to go to a crossroads. Crossroads is. Do they think of something important, or are they too panicked?
I think I remember.
They remember,
what it is.
but remember, or they're panicked.
I don't care
they'll
what
panic.
that is, but what if I remember?
I'll allow that if you remember.
Were we supposed to remember something that we didn't?
I think.
Shoot. Yeah.
I don't know, but that's the
know,
only thing
yeah.
I can think of. Well, I think they're gonna be nice to us.
Please be
I think
nice.
they're scared of us. For us.
They're scared of us.
I think they're scared of us. I think
Hi,
they're scared
Amy.
of the
Hi,
power that we
Noel.
have. Who's here?
Amy, you
Hi, Amy. Hi, you well?
That might be it, but they're here for us.
Thank you.
Macy
Love
may
you.
be in and out. She's sick. June's sick.
June 6th.
Moon's sick, thank God. What would that? She would have probably fucking helped.
I know.
I'm dying.
No, I know.
I'm dying.
I get hit once and I dying.
I die in.
That's gonna be so sad, man.
I know.
That's the end of the poll. You remember. Isabel, what do you think that bird remembers?
I think I remember that I had this little whistle that I took from that family.
And the killers are here to remind you the very same thing.
Yeah.
In this moment, it is your turn.
I literally
You can
before
either
you even
use
put
the
that
whistle.
crossroads up, I was like,
Yeah, definitely. You can use the whistle. That would take your whole turn. Vera is down on the grounds. You can try to perform a first aid check if you'd like.
You think?
Whichever one that you want.
I look at Vera on the ground. And I look at her and I say, "You've got this. You're not done yet." And then I pull this whistle out of my pocket and I shakily blow it.
Drawing a deep breath. And with all the force you can muster, blowing into it. It's ear piercing. It is almost like a voice that is split into two as you blow with all the force of a single breath into it. You hear this ear-piercing, shrieking sound coming from it, as well as this low rumble from it, where the bone whistle shakes in your hands. You can't tell if it's the nerves, if it's the fact that your arm has been so dearly injured. You can't tell, but it's almost as if the sound is shaking it and shaking it as you continue to blow and blow, your ears deafened by it until you feel it crack in a moment and then explode in your hands. And as it explodes in your hands, I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution roll. A luck roll.
Can it be Constitution?
It's gonna be a luck roll.
My luck's 40.
You got this. Queen.
I can't push it, right? Not luck.
Not luck.
None.
You feel your lips are cut and you feel blood in your mouth. You taste blood in your mouth as you take 1 hit points of damage as the whistle shatters. But the sound continues to echo outside of you as you look. In this moment, you can feel the ground shaking behind you as whatever thing is behind you was lurching itself out of the ground. The shaking stops, and instead you feel this strange sort of vibration in the ground. And you hear this cracking of bones. An uncertain sort of creaking sound behind you. That's what you hear behind you as this creature in front of you, this strange living tree, stops in its place immediately after slamming Vera to the ground. Its tentacle freezes in the air, and you see the mouths start chittering in a strange, confused state as the tentacles begin to shake and rise into the air and twirl about in the air above them. As you can hear behind you the sound of singing. You can hear the sounds of footsteps boom, boom, hitting the ground as you have passed through the fence at this point. You're on the other side of the fence.
And I've been dragging Lady Vera.
Dragging Lady Vera as you blow the whistle. In this moment, you look and you can see, without casting your vision on whatever creature the cottage turned into, whatever creature that is, you see grandmother running out, sort of hobbling, just limping, but quickly across the fields, not towards you, but towards this tree-like creature, as her singing turns into a strange sort of raw chanting, this ululation coming from her throat, as she seems to be going up in a state of distress, holding out her hands towards the tree creature, as her singing seems to almost send it into even more of a frenzy as the tendrils at the top of the tree begin to whip around until one of them comes down, and you hear the sickening crack of grandmother's ribs as the tendril cracks into her abdomen, sending her flying through the air before she hits, boom, the trunk of a tree, and her head cracks against it, and she slumps down, her eyes blinking slowly, blood dripping down her neck from her head as she is on the ground, slumped on the earth, as this creature seems in a confused state, stunned, unmoving, except for its tendrils whipping around it as you are dragging Lady Vera. You seem to have stopped this creature for the time being, but in that moment you look down and you see the shallow breathing from Lady Vera. Its blood is still trickling down your face from its wound to your temple. That's your turn, Bert. Vera, this is a Constitution roll.
I think that was right, because if I got hit...
Yeah. That's a success. That's a 55.
What's your Constitution?
65.
Okay. With a success, you're still alive.
Can't breathe.
You're still in the dying condition.
Turn on back on the AC.
When the round
turn on the
comes
AC,
back
please.
around, when the round comes back around, you will have to make the same roll if you are still in the same state. You are not out of the woods, but you have survived this round.
Yeah.
55 out of 65 on your Constitution roll. You are not dead. As you lug Lady Vera past, you look over and you see grandmother's slumped state, her eyes out of focus in a daze, gushing blood from her head, down her neck, down her chest. As you look in this chaos, this frenzy, you don't see Kacherka in this moment. What are you doing?
I lean over Lady Vera and I search in her pockets, shaking for some cocaine.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden check.
That doesn't count as like my action, right?
No.
That is a hard success.
A hard success. You pull out a little medicine bottle full of white powder, and as you pull it out, what do you say?
Yeah, I say, your medicine, lady. And I like pop off the vial and I say, You're not going out like this. And I kind of like push some, or I put some under her tongue, I think, and I slap her across the face.
Your right arm screaming with pain as you hold up, shaking uncontrollably this vial, pouring the powder underneath her tongue and trying to make sure that she ingests it with the cocaine.
Don't ask me about that medicinally.
We're gonna have you roll first aid with a bonus die because you found. We're pro cocaine on Please Don't Kill Us. Jack and Carson are gone. We're making strong.
Okay, first roll was a 68.
Oh, thank God.
But I have a bonus die. My first aid is 47. 58.
You succeed.
Well, you said the first one succeeded.
You said the first one succeeds, right?
No, I said 68. They both.
Gotcha. 68
both
and
failed.
they both fail.
68 and 58, and my
Okay.
yeah, it's a 47. So that's.
You try your best to get her to ingest it. You slap her face a little bit, and she is unresponsive as blood is still continuing to pour out of the wounds.
I'm gonna use 11 points of luck.
For a success,
Yeah.
using 11
That's a lot,
points of luck,
It's your life.
I know.
Lady Vera.
I feel really. I
Lady
love you,
Vera.
so thank you.
You are stabilized at 1 hit point. You are no longer in the dying condition as vision blurry comes to you just vaguely, and you see the face of Bert Flynn above you, himself sweating red with pain in this dark forest, bloody, strange, otherworldly sounds around you, and you feel your head feels like there's been an explosion. Your head feels like a piece of your skull is missing.
It's all right.
Pain.
It's all right. You're here. You're all right.
Bert. We need to get out of here.
We need to get out of here. You're exactly right. You're exactly right, lady. You carried me, and I can carry you. And I kind of hoist Lady Vera up
You hoist Lady Vera
over
up.
my shoulder.
As you hoist Lady Vera up over your shoulder, mirroring just a little bit ago. In this moment, you hear ear-piercing scream behind you.
Don't come for us.
Scream of a young woman cutting through the mayhem. As you look back over your shoulder for anyone coming to swing at you or anything, you don't see anyone directly behind you. Instead, you look over and you see where grandmother was slumped down bloody up against this tree. You see Kacherka. You see Kacherka standing over grandmother, and you see the old woman clearly on the verge of death. As grandmother's arm comes out and grips Kacherka's right arm, holding it tight, and begins singing a strange, different song. And you see Kacherka, her scream grow higher pitched, higher and higher as her eyes sink into her skull. Her cheeks grow shallow, her skin grows gray, and her hair begins to thin and fall out of her head as you begin to see skin patches erupt, and you see skull underneath skin, blood running down her body as Kacherka's body is shriveled and desiccated in front of you, and you see grandmother grow strong and vital as she puts an arm under her and begins to stand. I'm gonna need both of you to roll a sanity check. Actually, just Bert. I don't think that you're in a state to see this in this moment. Bert, go ahead and roll sanity.
I'll roll sanity.
Lol at this, Eric. That's a big old lol that you're
That was
like,
a
these
success.
two people can get through this.
Success. You lose 1 sanity point as you see this woman shriveled in front of you, desiccated as her body falls down to the floor of the forest as you carry Vera on your back and you depart. In this moment, we're going to go to a crossroads. And the crossroads is... Does the dark young recover? Yes or no?
The Dark Young.
That's like a battle of the band's name.
You gotta be kidding me right now.
Kidding me. God.
I think it's that young woman. Like, like
she's
it's the young.
projecting.
It's the her. It is so anti-whispers, except anti-whispers was actually sweet.
Yeah, she was
They're
trying to
both
say-
It's
evil.
Adelaide of the forest. Was it Adelaide of the forest? Because she's evil.
Oh yeah, she's the evil one.
She's the one
Oh,
with
her
the scissors
sister.
and the
Yeah,
threads.
yeah.
I
We love
don't
both of them.
like this.
Okay, they all said no. They're protecting us.
Yeah.
'Cause we are, guys. No one else is here.
Yeah,
Haven't
nobody else is here.
noticed.
It's just the two Brits.
It's just us two tender little Brits.
Honestly, I don't think any of us have done like a day of manual labor.
June.
No, us two though.
Oh
The
no,
two of
either
you
of us,
are
no.
very much the
We're a
creative
novelist?
class.
Yes.
And an aristocrat.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're tough as hell. Okay, they all said no. They all are here for us.
Which means that you look and you see this tree, tendril, tentacled creature with its strange screaming maws and its tentacles whipping above its head. You see its strange roots begin to twitch and try to skitter along the forest floor before it shivers up its whole bark and stays in place, still stunned by the whistle being blown. It remains in its place. It is not recovered from the whistle
that's
blowing.
the dark
Twee.
And you are given this opportunity. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Brits?
I'm running.
Running through the forest, boom, booking it,
Screaming help.
No.
screaming help.
If a
Great.
townsperson's got a wagon nearby, I want to be on it. Right?
Screaming help. As you are screaming through the forest, screaming, running past the fungus, the deep moss, the evergreen trees that threaten to drown you in this strange, damp forest as you run through. It's worse than a maze. These close-pressed evergreens blocking much of the feeble winter light coming from above you. You are leading the pack. I'm going to need you to make a navigate or a track roll.
Remember how when my crush horse lady left, I was like, I'm gonna tell me the directions. I guess you just point it, but that didn't help me at all.
I'm going to say for this first one, get a bonus die.
Because I made it a point.
You made it a point. You made it a point. You had it in your minds to remember the tracks that you were
Navigate or
Passing.
track, that's what you said?
navigate or
I'm
track.
gonna navigate. 19.
Little part of me wants to go to the dream world now, like while I'm dying, or not dying, but still.
Okay, bonus die, I got a 49. Let me do the bonus die. Come on! I failed.
Phil. You go sprinting into the forest, running past toadstools, past strange large trees, and as you run, 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes pass before you look up and you see, you know this tree. You were just here a few minutes ago.
Fuck!
You were just here a few minutes ago.
I should have pushed
With
it.
this,
19.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to help Bert
Great.
remember where to go.
I say, I'm sorry, lady. I'm a little tender out.
I don't have time. I
Right.
don't want to die.
You're
So
not going to
let's
die.
Get out of here.
I take a deep breath and I kind of like look around at my surroundings.
Okay. In this moment, after that first failed, you can make with a bonus die, or you can both roll navigate or track.
What's your navigate and track?
Navigate is 20. Track is 10.
My navigate's 19. I mean,
I'll try.
can I try and connect to the natural world and the trees and be like use, because she said west. like look for the sun and kind of the direction of the wind.
I'll say if you get a natural world check, then you can add a bonus die to your navigator track.
Or I can also you can also give a bonus to navigate.
But we can both navigate. You're saying if I succeed on a natural world check,
You'll
then
get a bonus
you
die.
can navigate and I can do 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Right, natural world check, I look up at the sun and I get a 92.
The sun is completely blocked by the
I
thick
can't see
clouds
shit.
above.
That's a 53, so no, I don't.
Can I give her my roll?
Yeah.
Okay. We stuck in the
Continue
woods.
running through this maze of woods.
Oh, follow the smoke.
As you carry on running
Follow
through
the
these
smoke.
woods. Running through these woods, I'm gonna need both of you to go ahead and make luck checks.
My luck is at 29 now.
That's a success.
Success.
Now.
Okay.
No, did they find us?
As you continue on, you feel hope starting to leave you as you look around and you don't see any edge to a tree line. You don't see any path forward that seems to be where you thought you might be headed. And in this moment, you can make another navigate or track check in whatever fashion you deem fit. Or is there anything else that you're looking for?
I'm gonna look for, because we saw the smoke from that Romani village, or the encampment. I'll either look for that or a clearing. That's something.
Great. Go ahead and make a spot hidden check for me.
Okay. Well, okay, we'll roll.
I'm gonna do the natural rolls thing again.
Great.
That's a success.
On spot hidden?
I'm rolling horribly. I need to change my die.
What'd you get?
I got a 79 on the natural roll.
I got a 47.
47.
First
Okay.
one.
47 on spot hidden, looking around, desperately looking across the treetops, looking for where the sun is, trying to figure out which way is west. The sun seems to be blotted by the dark clouds above, and every once in a while you feel like you hear the sound of cracking branches in the distance echoing. As you look, Lady Vera, think
I'm doing
the
navigation.
smoke, and you look up to the treetops.
A hard success in a navigate. I got a 5.
On a navigate, you think that you've caught the sight of smoke going up. You think that you have determined which way is west. What are you doing?
I know certainly which is way back to the village. I know.
The language I heard them speaking in that house is the same language I heard them speaking at the church.
Right.
I don't trust them.
So what do you think we should do?
Should we head to the smoke where the Romani village is? It's worth a
All
shot.
right. Head towards the smoke.
Head towards smoke. Okay. As you go, I'm going to need, as you go in that direction, passing through, sort of going on a decline now, through the forest over moss back into sort of these thick evergreens. I need both of you to make luck checks again.
That is a 7.
48.
What kind of success is that? Extreme success?
Fail. I'm never gonna pass a
Fail
luck
an
check
extreme
again.
success. An extreme success. Go through. And as you pass,
Mine was 70, but now it's 29.
In one session.
Yeah, basically.
failure and a success, we're going to go to a blind crossroads here.
An extreme success.
An extreme success.
I hope I'm not leading us to more danger.
Blind crossroads being up is up for the killers. Players cannot look at what is being determined.
How do I look?
You look great. 15 seconds left.
What are we doing?
This is so stressful.
Love
We
you
made it
guys.
out alive.
I know, but I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I'm about to like switch to sliver bits.
We're literally not out of the woods.
No.
Are we out of the woods yet? No.
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 No, the answer's no.
As you run through the woods.
Switch
Running
back? Is
through
it
the
good?
woods. Yes, we can switch it off. Are you...
Spam the chat.
Spam the chat.
A couple
What?
people who are here.
Are you still carrying Vera?
If she seems like she can walk, I would put her down.
It is difficult for you to walk at this point.
I
You
would
feel
carry her probably
completely
as long as I
dizzy
could.
around you, and you feel just this screaming pain in your head. Carrying her through the woods and seeing if she can walk, testing, going through the woods, stopping when you have to take a drink of water, to catch your breath, and then continuing on, trying to avoid any
kinda try and do
telltale
a
sounds
piggyback
behind you,
situation.
anything like that. You continue just on, almost blindly, faith going towards where Vera thought she saw smoke in the distance as you continue on through the woods, through the woods, through the woods, until you hear the sharp crack of a stick. Not behind you, but in front of you. As you look up in front of you, and you see coming out from behind the trees is a dark-haired woman with sort of tanned skin and hair tied back in a braid as she comes out, and she has a rifle in her hands, long sort of traveling coat on, tall boots on, as she comes around, and she looks and she points her gun at you.
Please help us. We were we were at the grandmother's house in the woods, and we barely made it out alive, and my friend is dying, and we really just need a place to recover.
Help us. And I'm gonna just throw money. I'm just gonna throw, like, I'm gonna, like, literally, I bet I just, like, there's just a little bit of cash. Not, like, I'm trying not to dig into a pocket so she thinks that I'm not gonna pull out a gun. I'm gonna just try and, like, the little top of my, like, breast, I'm assuming I just have a little bit of coin. I'm just gonna throw them out.
Go ahead and both of you make persuade checks with a bonus die. Both of you.
Persuade.
Persuade is not my strongest. But I do pass.
Yes.
That is a success. That's a 15.
And mine's a success too.
Oh my god, we're...
And an extreme success. No, a hard success.
She looks at you. The barrel of her rifle points it at you. And her eyes
Finally,
drift
a
up
little bit of success.
past your shoulders, looking behind you. As her eyes kind of go wide. Come with me. And she puts her rifle over her back and turns around and hoofs it through the forest, going in the same direction that you were heading, beckoning you on.
Yeah, we follow.
As you both carry on through the woods, following this woman through the forest, through this thick evergreen thicket, as you pass through, you begin to see the dim light of the edge of the forest approaching. Following on, your lungs burning, your right arm feeling like it's going to come off your head, leaving you in a state where you feel like you're fading in and out of consciousness as you are carrying on through the forest, following this woman. At long last, the trees part, and you find yourselves looking out at a pasture, and you find yourselves looking out on several trails of smoke rising from an encampment of tents and wagons all gathered around large campfires spread throughout a small community here at the edge of the forest. As this woman leads you into town, and you all hobble into this encampment. As you do,
Did she take the money, this woman?
she left it behind.
She's like, I don't need euros.
As she looks back towards you and looks back towards the forest. Two of you look back. And looking for any movements, you see none as you stare back at the deep, dark green forest behind you. And the waving of the trees in the winds gives you this strange, horrific sensation. But you see nothing emerging from the thicket. You see nothing following you. And in this moment, the two of you take as deep a breath as you can, as Vera in particular. Consider the precipice on which you have just stood. As this woman leads you into this encampment, Bert, you are holding on to this white porcelain-looking arm in your hands.
Oh shit! I guess as soon as I actually don't think I would be holding it because I'm holding Lady Vera. I think I would have put it in my bag or my suitcase, logistically.
Putting it away, it escapes the eyes of the people around here as you find
Like when
yourselves
we stop to get water and stuff. I would like.
suddenly, almost shockingly to your system, coming from where you have just come from, you find yourselves in a community of people drinking tea, sharing pipes, smoking, sitting around fires, hanging clothes, milling about in this community.
Nice.
As people are going about their daily life here. Vera, you still feel this pounding, strange rage, this strange burning in your spine, this strange feeling that your mind is not set in its right state. As you try to catch your breath entering into this encampment, this woman comes in and seems to let her shoulders down too and gestures for you to sit around a fire.
Sit, and I say, my friend is very, is there perhaps somewhere she could lay down, or a medic, or someone?
Yes, it will be only a moment.
Thank
as she leaves. And Bert, you have Vera almost in your arms, sort of leaning against you, the blood still trickling down her head near this fire, catching warmth after traveling through your clothes sort of soaked from the wet of the forest. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to make another first aid check on her.
I'd say that you've made the first aid check that you were going to with this wound.
Can I make a first aid check on myself?
Yeah, you may. As Vera, you feel yourself just sort of fading, darkness and then light, darkness and then light. The pain is almost inconceivable in your head. And maybe worse than the pain is the memory and the vision that will never leave your eyes. As you perform this first aid on yourself, trying to help yourself, trying to right your right arm back into its socket, soon enough, several figures emerge. As several Romani people are sort of gathering and just looking at you all, curious, this woman who you gather as a hunter in the woods comes with another woman who starts going up to you and staunching the wounds and putting bandages around, cleaning it with water and putting herbs up against it, trying to help it. As an older woman comes out, approaching the fire, an older woman that you recognize, this woman who led the wagon into town. As she comes out, says, I am Lumenitsa. I am sorry for the state that you are in. Are you able to speak?
Yes. Yes.
We will treat your friend as best as we can.
Please.
You are in good hands.
Oh, thank you.
With whatever I have, I'm gonna try to. Did I pick up on any words that the grandma and Kachurka were saying? Like a word or the cadence of the language?
Yeah.
Or something.
Go ahead and make a history check with a bonus die, if you would. You can pitch me on another check if you think.
I don't have a history, so... Oh, I do have a history. I'm gonna go for history.
Great.
With a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a fail.
The words
There
were
was a lot
strange.
going
The words were alien. The words were in a language that not only did you not know the words, you didn't recognize the tones of it, the consonants. It was sounds that you've barely heard emerge from a human mouth that they were speaking. And as you rack your brain for certain sounds from it, the effort of that sends you back into this, unbelievable pain. The headache that you imagine will be with you for a long time. This pounding,
Oh yeah, you got a major wound.
pounding, as you can feel your heartbeat in your skull. As you search for that, you are unable to find those words. As Luminitsa looks to you, you are able to speak.
Yes.
Where have you come from?
The cottage, not too far from here, with the older woman and her young aide, but they were not what they appeared. They were terrible. They were terrible.
She looks to the fire for a moment to see it dancing in her eyes. She takes a breath. You are extraordinarily lucky to be alive.
Yes, I think so.
The Baba Yaga is nothing to be trifled with. Please sit with us for a while, and we will tend to your wounds.
Thank you. Thank you.
As she gestures for more people to come, and soon enough, you feel hands on you that your right arm into your shoulder in a burst of pain that gives way to release, and you feel the blood flowing again as you regain 1 hit point.
Are they doing medicine on our
After some time, they may perform medicine, but in this moment, they are doing first aid. As you are stabilized around this fire. In this moment, go ahead and both of you make spot hidden checks for me.
Success.
Several Romani people have gathered around you and are sort of watching you and have listened or whispering to each other about what now the story is spreading. You having ventured into the woods and faced the things, the beings that are in there. And as these whispers are happening, you look around from face to face of all these people talking about you, whispering to you, and you see the face of Kacherka amidst the group, looking at you with wide eyes, watching you.
I point to her, and I say she was there, and she was there with the woman. She was there, and then she totally deteriorated in front of my eyes. I saw it. I promise.
I saw it too.
Her eyes go wide, and you see her face go flush as her eyes are darting around, looking at people. As Luminitsa looks to her and then darts back to you and says, "What did she look like?"
Exactly like that. And she made us bread, and she gave us tea, and then she started singing something horrible, and the old woman came out of the house and she died, and she took the life from her, and I swear it was just like her.
Luminitsa turns around and says some words in Serbo-Croatian. And this woman that you're pointing at bursts into sobs and falls to her knees, weeping, red-faced, tears pouring out of her eyes as several people go to her and put their hands on her shoulder as Luminitsa looks to her and then looks back at you. Sura lost a twin some years ago.
I'm so sorry.
She was taken by wolves, we thought. As you can see her grappling with this, both of you get a better look at the young woman that is weeping on the grounds now, and you see that she looks to be in her early 30s-ish. And Kacherko looks to be at her oldest 20, as she is described as her twin, as Luminitsa turns back. She's most troubling.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's not, I look at the woman, at the twin, and I say, I'm so sorry for your loss. I know it must have been unmatched.
Tears streaming down her eyes. She catches her breath for a moment and locks eyes with you. And you see her see something there. As the tears resume once again. And you see Romani people that are whispering amongst each other, now in angered tones, talking to each other, talking amongst each other in heated tones. As you stay by the fire for about an hour, and as you stay there, you're gonna roll first aid checks for both of you. As
First aid, not medicine.
medicine checks for both of you. This is going to be at an 80. We're going to start with Bert.
Okay.
54, so you are going to gain, give me one moment, 3 more hit points. So we're going to go at an 80 for Xavier. This is 65. Lady Vera, you are able to gain 4 hit points.
Okay.
As
Better.
Yeah, much better.
you are treated with various herbal remedies, as well as bandages, water cleaning solutions. They clean sort of the dried blood now caking your neck, but your clothing is still either drenched with blood or now drying into a sort of crust, the deep crimson and rust on your persons as your vision slowly comes back and you feel that you are in a conscious state that you can remain in. You do not feel like you are sinking in and out of consciousness anymore as you're treated. Luminitsa says, Marco, one of ours, he has a truck. He will take you to Arandelovich, and that can take you back to Belgrade if you wish.
We have
some friends in town.
2 of our companions are in town at the.
Orashak.
Yes.
If we could just pick them up, I don't want to stay there. They have something. They have our luggage, and they're there, and they're with the priest. I don't know if I trust him, and if we could just get them.
She leans back, and this man has come up to her, and she whispers in Serbo-Croatian, and he gives a curt nod, and she looks back and says, Marco will take you.
Thank you. You've been more than kind to us.
Yes, we are so
She puts
grateful.
her hands on your arms and squeezes them. Says, I'm happy that you are still with us.
Yes. Me
God,
too.
Yes.
may luck be with you. She squeezes and gestures for you to join Marco. As Marco takes you, offering his arm to you and helping you to this older sort of flatbed truck that is nearby, this farm truck alongside the encampments. Older truck that's turning on the engine, heads across pastures, across dirt fields, across the afternoon light, this winter afternoon light, back into the frostbitten parts of the world as you pass towards the village of Orishak. And you emerge onto the roads here, finding yourselves back in the familiar parts of the world. The village seems almost exactly as you left it only hours earlier. And as you pull into town, you see on the front of the church steps are Susanna and June arm in arm looking into the church, looking in through an open doorway. As the truck pulls up and comes to a stop, put in park, you're both let out and approach Susanna and June. And Susanna looks back over you with a troubled expression, a deeply disturbed expression, looking back to you both.
Susanna, June.
They both come down to you, and Susanna says, "Are you okay?"
No, we need to get out of here.
We need to get out.
She looks to the truck. Are we leaving?
We're going.
Yes.
Okay.
Get everything. Get to the base.
Of course. And she goes and grabs bags and the base case and everything, grabbing everything around and quickly pulling it around from the house. As June is still looking, and you follow June's gaze into the church, and you see Father Filipovich sitting by the altar, looking down at the floor inside of this dark church, staring mutely at the twisted corpse of Anna Filipovich, lying on the floor, her body desiccated and brittle in a way that is familiar to you, Bert. And I'm going to ask for you to do a sanity roll.
Oh my God. Success.
Having seen all the things that you have seen today, this is a drop in the bucket. You lose no sanity looking in and seeing this sight that you have seen before. Swallowing and stealing yourself. Take June. Susanna comes around with the bags, and you board this truck, leaving Father Filipovich and leaving Orishak behind you as you pull away. It's a long car ride. So you spend it in silence, unless you have anything to say.
No. I think we give June and Susanna the details, and then we without saying too much in front of our driver really about the arm, slightly show it, kind of fill them in a little bit, but that's it pretty much.
Filling them in as much as you can in this setting. This car takes you along the familiar dirt road, past the farmhouses, past the strange, haunted landscape of rural Serbia, and back down to the lonely train station of Arandjelovic, where you are let off. Looking back over your shoulders, up the path towards a village, putting two and two together of strange protective blessing that was cast last night, and the stranger creatures that exist in the forests beyond. You put it in whatever box you can in your minds as you turn around and wait for the train to come. And it does. Coming for the four of you.
I take Lady Vera's hand and just squeeze it and hold it while I wait for the train.
I squeeze back. As you board the train, feeling each other's company, and each other's friendship in this moment, and feeling how close you came to the knife's edge. Board the train and head off. As you pass through this rural landscape, leaning your heads against the window, catching your breath, feeling the pain still shooting through your bodies, you look out and you see the image, figure, shadowed figure of a woman standing in the trees that pass by, a woman watching the train passing by. As you continue on your journey, we'll pick up here next time.
Went through the ringer.
A duke, a bat, a vampire, a woman in the woods. They're all after us.
They're all after us, but we got the motherfucking arm,
Yeah.
and we're alive.
Amazed that you lived.
I was on the knife's edge at 55 out of 65.
55 out of 65. Yeah, one roll to survive. And you did. Thank you to the killers out there.
Thank you, Eric. That was amazing.
Thank you to the killers out there. Much love to everyone. Big thanks to the killers on behalf of the players, because
Yeah, you
goddamn,
guys saved us.
Many
goddamn,
times.
did,
If there were
did the
Three of
killers.
those, we were dead.
If there was 3 of those, we were dead. Also, I feel like they helped
If they
us by
came
sending the Romani woman to us, because that was
Yeah.
like blind crossroads. If they came back, like there were so many.
There were many, many dire crossroads,
Yeah.
and you made it through with the killer's help, and also through your own gumption and through your own
Oh, for sure.
incredible dealing with that scenario. Just the two of you in that scenario,
Eric
terrifying.
almost canceled this week when Macy couldn't come. He was like, I don't know.
I knew it was going to be as deadly a session as we had, and so that was terrifying that it was going to be the two of you. But like,
No, but it was epic.
have faith,
It
you
was
know.
epic.
Have faith.
Yeah, it was epic. I'm reeling still. That's a good session if it's reeling.
Love you guys.
Love you.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye now.
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, thanks
Ooh,
for
ooh.
dealing
Love
with
you.
our tech.
Love to Macy.
Love to
Big love to
Macy.
Macy Atkinson.
Love to Macy.
Get better soon.
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
TYL.
Ooh, ooh.